Whew.
You ruined the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Touching Tips, a podcast dedicated to the world of PSVR 2. My name is Karen Alive and Well, and I'll be introducing your hosts. From the west of Ireland, he is a visionary, a leader, a sensual and generous lover, as I can attest. Petrifying Pumpkins. Pumpkins was once a successful businessman before a tragic incident left him with stage 2 ligma of the mind. No longer able to run his multinational POG corporation, Pumpkins turned to his other passion, PSVR. Hence this channel and later podcast were born. Pumpkins is famous all over the world thanks to the various Easter eggs dedicated to him in PSVR exclusive Firewall 0 Hour. Most famously, if you go to the hangar map in the air control tower, you will see radar screens with various aircraft designations that, when combined, spell out petrifying pumpkins. It really does make him better than you. From Mexico, he has many names: El Chupacabra, El Fuego, El Pasión. But around here we call him Mr. 777 or Jackpot. Mr. 777 moved to the United States as a wee lad. A former Xbox fan, Jackpot gave up on Team Green when he discovered the future is virtual reality, and has been on PlayStation since. Jackpot lives with his mother in her basement. She reached out to Pumpkins, begging him to let Jackpot be a co-host as she worries about his lack of social communication skills, as you will soon see for yourselves. He turned to marijuana at a young age and has reached a stage where if he were to ever stop smoking, the shock to his system would kill him immediately. Jackpot has a heavily stained pillow that he calls Amanda. He believes that she is real and that he is in a long-term relationship with her. His catchphrase is, "Bitch." And finally, all the way from the frigid wastes of Canada, comes Muzz. Muzz has a passion for maple syrup and discussing PSVR 2. He once got lost in the frozen tundra of northern Canada with his best friend. The ordeal was harrowing and led to Muzz eating the remains of his friend in order to survive. Shortly after, Muzz turned to VR gaming as a way to escape the horrors of the reality he leaves every time he puts on the headset. It's worth noting that while Muzz maintains his best friend was dead before he began to consume him, later studies of the remains hinted at the possibility that the friend died from infections that were caused from bites, though due to a handling error, the evidence was deemed inadmissible and Muzz walked free. He also has a cat. Without further ado, let the show begin. I've been Karen Alive and Well, and I will now hand you over to the strong, sexy hands of Pumpkins. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all that usual YouTube shite.
What the fuck is this?
And we are live from downtown Los Angeles in the Chinese theater or whatever they call that thing.
Theater?
Oh, that's not the part I thought you were going to criticize me on. Is it the Chinese thing? I don't know what it's called, but it's got like the Chinese style on the outside. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Welcome.
Off to a great start.
Great.
How's it going, everyone? And everyone in the chat. Muzz, Jackbot, how are you?
Test.
Doing good,
test,
doing good.
Test.
I assume the test is good. The barrels
Test
are
is
bouncing, things are looking good, but if people in the chat could let us know if the audio is all good.
Mainly for my mic, my notorious weird mic.
You're
that
coming in
doesn't-
nice and strong tonight, Muzz. But
feel
what's
like
going to happen
I-
is 40 minutes
half an
in, you're
hour.
going to start cutting. You know,
As soon as I start talking for like 10 seconds,
Yeah.
then it will start.
the lines start getting clogged up with that maple syrup, and
Yep.
it just
It
doesn't
can't
come
handle.
through.
I can't handle too much at
thickness.
once.
No,
Small bursts.
no. By the way, it's 3 minutes past midnight, so my Paradise hotel review should have went live 3 minutes ago. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to check that out either
Why
now
don't-
or
why don't we
after
watch
this.
it?
No, we're not going to watch it now
Fine.
because we're in the middle of a podcast. Jackpot, this is why you need to pull up your socks, all right, and read the instruction manual I gave you about how to be a podcast host. Your arch enemy is here, Space Denizen, Dead-Eye Dan, Move Master Mick, LSB, shaking that little head of his. Get your bets in for Muzz's dropout, says Move Master Mick. You can predict
When's
the
it
time.
gonna happen? When's it gonna happen?
40 minutes. 40 minutes. So yeah, this episode.
Met-
Sorry, Muzz, go.
Message me secretly, and we can join the reward cache because I can just turn my mic off whenever I want.
Oh,
So
shit.
we can plan for that. Shit.
Damn.
Damn.
I'm not betting. I'm no longer betting
Oh,
now that I
could
know this
everybody hear that?
information.
Oh, never mind.
34.59.
Never
Very
mind.
specific. Very specific, Mick. But I like it.
34.59.
Okay.
This is episode 51 of Touching Tips, the only PSVR 2 podcast that's worth talking about. And why are you shaking your head, Jackpot, like you disagree?
Don't listen to him, because there's a lot of good podcasts out there.
Name 15.
No.
Exactly. You can. You can.
All I know is that there is. All right? But yeah, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah,
It is the best. The most honest. That's
Mhm.
for sure.
I
Is it?
agree. I don't know. Is it? I feel. Moz, are you an honest man? Are you telling the truth?
Always.
Always? All right.
Always.
That's what I like to hear. I feel like this, like I say this every time in the last few weeks, but I definitely feel like this time we don't have an awful lot to talk about. Jackpot came in late with a couple of topics that I missed, but we got a little bit.
Yeah.
Carol,
Don't worry, Brave Sir Robin will fill us out with
the fax machine.
last half an hour with his weird ass question that he's going to give us that we're going to go on for.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I look at them before we start, but so I know what's
haven't.
coming. But I think you're going to enjoy it, and you better not be bitches, just answer the question honestly. Carol Parker says, "Touch my tip with your lip." Damn, that could be a nice little T-shirt for the show,
And it rhymes.
It does. That's what makes it so good. Makes us
Yay,
decent
it
PSVR
rhymes.
sale. Yes, that's part of the topics as well. Mick will get into that too. And War Room, who's here, says, "I try." He's watching, lurking. He's just waiting for the end of the stream. Probably playing something else. Once we get to the fax machine, he starts tuning in. Are we ready to jump into the first topic? Is there anything you want to say? What's been going on the last week? Are you playing them PSVR 2 games that the kids are talking about on the streets?
Are they talking about them?
No,
now?
nobody's talking about it. Nobody knows it
What are they
exists.
talking about?
Nobody knows it exists.
Just
Yeah.
Pavlov. That's
Pavlov?
it. After a month. Is it a month after Firewall came out?
It's been 6 weeks, I think. But I feel like it's
Yeah.
been longer since we played it.
Yeah. I
It
don't even
seems-
know if
yeah.
you want us to go into that conversation, but yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
haven't put it down as a topic, but feel free to just like spitball there if you
No,
want.
I mean,
Freestyle.
I told you. On
Say what we're
your-
all thinking. Say what we're all thinking,
I-
Jackpot. Just
I
say it.
said it. I said it on your comments on the comments on your video about Firewall after a month. After playing Firewall for a month and then going to Pavlov, it just everything about it is just the aiming wise, the feel of the gun, everything is just so much better in my opinion. It doesn't feel as limited. And again, I know we're not gonna get into this, but fuck,
Yes,
man,
we
my
are.
favorite.
Yes, we are.
We already are.
always
We already
do.
are.
We
My
always do.
favorite part is I got an instant boner is when we were getting a firefight team deathmatch. I had the, what is it, like ACOG, whatever, that 4x scope.
Yeah.
And I was shooting, and then obviously I didn't kill nobody, but we were getting into it, and I immediately had to reload, manual reload, immediately put it back. And I was like, oh, dude, that feeling for me, that is why I like the VR shooter. So just everything about it. I mean, I love Firewall, but fuck, man. It just, if Firewall had that, what we have in Pavlov, everything with the grenade, just everything, fuck, man, it would just be literally, everybody would be nonstop talking about Firewall. But that's as far as I want to go. But yeah, Pavlov is the shit. Pavlov is good.
Pavlov is good.
Like,
And actually, that fucking reminds me of something I'm really annoyed I didn't think of until you said it now. I've been hearing rumors, but I didn't get to confirm them or anything, that there is supposed to be DLC coming for Pavlov, or like an update in December.
Map?
Now I meant to look it up because it's really hard to track down any information about this game. Like I think you have to go to the Discord, and that's the only place where the developer kind of talks. And every now and again he might tweet something, but it's been like a long time. Mm-hmm. Apparently it's like a map and a push mode, which is already on PC, which is kind of like capture the points. So you capture a point and then you go to the next point to capture, like you're pushing Rush. Back and forth. Yeah, Rush and Battlefield, exactly.
That's cool.
So it's called pushing this. I think it's World War II only though. I could be wrong.
It's fine.
That kind of game mode works better with bigger player counts, though. I don't know how it would work with.
Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe
hey, the more game modes, the better, and that's one thing I love about the game. It has a lot. Not some of them not my favorite, but I like them overall. The Prop Hunt is probably my least favorite, but we can have a lot of laughs for a couple rounds in that either way.
I don't think there's
it needs
any
new maps. It needs new maps.
Yeah, it definitely needs new maps. Yeah. And like the spawn. So like some of the modes, they don't really take the spawn into account for some of them. Like some of them are designed to have like a team spawns this side of the map, a team spawns the other side of the map. Whereas when you're doing the free for all or whatever, there's like people just spawning in front of you and killing you immediately and stuff like that. Right. Which I think they did improve.
You said December
updates. What's that?
December, you said?
I think this is the rumor now. Which is why I'm not like, it's not even a topic. It should have been a topic, but it went out of my head completely. I need to just start immediately putting these things into the documents instead of waiting like the day before to try and remember everything I heard in the last week.
What do you call that? Procrastinator? What's it called?
Just
everything at the last minute.
Just being poorly organized. Procrastinator. That's also.
You need one of those. Carry around one of those little recorders that you can just, like.
And then you have to like go through every single one of those. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, that not this, but the power thing really quick reminded me. All the attachments and all that shit. I like all the attachments. It feels better, all the attachments and stuff, than in Firewall. I feel like as Firewall, I haven't even tried them because everything is blocked.
Okay.
Because I played
everything's locked.
7 weeks in a row, all day, every day. I might be able to unlock stuff, but it's just everything. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to bring it up again. But Pavlov is good. Firewall is good, but Pavlov, in my opinion, better.
This will shock you. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go on.
No, I want to hear what you're about to say.
This will shock you.
Say it.
But in defense of Firewall, I feel like I like all, like, there's no modes in Pavlov I don't think, even Prop Hunt I like. But there's not one mode that I think I could put the hours into like I could in the single mode in Firewall. Like that contracts mode is so addictive, that.
Yeah, different style of game still. I just feel like,
I mean, the search and destroy is close enough, but even so,
it feels different still. I feel like, right? I don't know.
It's just the closest thing. It's got like the single life thing, so you have to be way more careful and
single life, one objective to try to get to, and defend it.
No, I again, trust me, I love Firewall, but I wish it would have been so much different than it is. More like Pavlov again, aiming, all that, no ADS bullshit, blah 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 blah. Down the list.
I just forgot how free Pavlov feels, like with the movement and like just everything about like how you move and shoot the guns. It just felt so much more freeing. Like Firewall is really good, but it's constricting. Like you're so like confined all the time, and like I don't know, it just feels
like even the simple act of like just tossing your gun from one hand and catching it in the other hand. It seems like
exactly. You don't have to like hold the button to like switch hands. And, everything's like clunkier.
Damn, we got a subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, nice. Devil's Jew. Thank you very much. Or Jew, sorry. I was gonna say something else. What the fuck was this? Oh yeah, that time Hess came into the chat and he was like, talking about grenades won't be able to, like, we're going to be adding all different kind of ways to do different things. It kind of gives me the encouragement that maybe we one day will get on that level, that Pavlov level. I hope.
Maybe. I mean, if they fix their stuff, even if it still stays like how it is with the, in my opinion, more flat game mechanics, it's fine. I mean, we still play the shit out of it, but I hope they fix everything. But of course, if they do this stuff that we want, like more VR mechanics,
they can't do what Pavlov does because that would be like too much like
It'd be
rework.
like ground up redesign.
Yeah.
So I'm never expecting to open doors manually. I'm like,
I think
I
think we can expect like the same level of reload that you see in Alvo right now, where it's just like a very quick little like hand gesture, and
That's
then
fine.
it almost does it
fine.
itself, but you still have to do the motion to do it.
That's fine.
Which is
it still adds something.
It's a good compromise for that kind of style.
War Room says real life crouch is underrated too. But you can do that in both games, can't you? You can crouch in Firewall and your character will crouch.
Who was a fucking genius? Who said that?
War Room. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well,
he's a genius because it's fucking true. That's something I forgot. You can press a button to crouch, but we were playing the fucking game, and somebody had it on me, and I was trying to hide behind the little car, and there was no way for me to physically press a button. I fucking love that because I was on my fucking floor in my house, and it felt more immersive, you know what I mean, than just holding the button. So, yeah, whoever said that, War Room, you're a genius.
Well, now that's prone. You're talking about prone. But in Firewall, you can crouch physically, and it will mimic the button press crouch. Like, it doesn't go all the way. Obviously, it's like a limited version of the crouch, but, you know.
Right, just like everything else, slightly limited, but, yeah.
That's one thing I have never done in Pavlov is like lie on the ground and go prone in real life.
I've done it once, but I'm such a fat bastard that it's so hard to get up again. It's like a turtle on my back, except on my front.
That video I did with you guys, it was a massacre. It was like 20 bodies in a fucking room, and I was laying down on the floor, hiding in the dead bodies with the shotgun at the fucking door.
Practically.
That was fucking awesome. Yeah, whatever.
War Room says, I saw screens for 2 new maps. And they said December was the target. This was like a month ago, so this is the same source then, I guess. I need to look up the screens. Like maybe next Touch and Tips I'll definitely have that down as a topic, and we can look at the screens or whatever.
Imagine if they beat Firewall to the punch and give us that snow map that we've always been wanting before Firewall.
Isn't there a snow map? I mean, the menu is a snow area, but there's actually no. Well, the Siberia prison map has kind of got snow, doesn't it?
I don't
think
if it is, it doesn't really look like it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's ever going to look like it. Like, if they added sound effects or whatever, that would add to it.
Yeah.
Your arch enemy says, if only Pavlov had the same type of gameplay as 0 Hour, with revives and attack defend. I know Pavlov has search and destroy, but the feeling isn't the same. I'm in the same boat as you. Like, a mixture of both would be like the perfect game.
Yeah.
The mechanics of Pavlov with everything else from Firewall. Pavlov needs progression, says LSB, and ranked matches.
Which I think it's coming, right?
I don't know. The thing I like better about Firewall is, even though it was broken as hell, obviously, but when it got fixed, like, I like being able to have a squad, go into a lobby, join up with another team, and go into a match.
Yeah.
I like that aspect way better than just going into, like, just choosing a random game that someone else started, and then, like, there's 6 of 10 in this match, there's 8 of 10 in this match, and you just join in and you don't know who's there, and it's just gonna be like,
if it's a team thing, they can easily become imbalanced. I mean, that can happen too. In Firewall, but like in Firewall, the game won't even start unless there's 4 on each side. So at least it starts.
But there's no going into Pavlov with like a team of 4, like 4 friends going into the game together kind of thing. It's just not like it's not everyone join on the same thing or start your own lobby and wait for people to fill it. Which
it's like I've got a million times better too. The graphics.
I've got like a unique experience because I always just make my own lobby and then people join that I know, so I don't really have to worry about randoms too much or whatever. So in that respect, Pavlov is probably better for me. Movemaster Mix says, nicking each other's clips is great fun in Pavlov. It is. That's actually a completely underrated mechanic, that you can just go around to a friend or enemy and like take their clip without them knowing it, and doing that in TTT is so good. LSB says Jackpot goes prone so much that he has carpet burns on his penis and his balls, apparently, as well.
Both.
So there you go.
The whole deal.
So yeah,
it's all one scab.
So we managed to get a topic out of that, even though it wasn't a topic. I appreciate that. Good job. We jump into our first topic, which is Behemoth, the game from Skydance Interactive, which has now been rebranded, by the way. It's now Skydance's, was it Skydance Interactive's? No, Skydance's Behemoth is now what they're calling it, which is kind of like Marvel's Spider-Man on PS4. That's what they call it. But the news about this is it got pushed a year. So it was supposed to come out late this year. Now it's going to be late 2024.
That's a big delay.
It is. But we haven't seen like any gameplay. It's just been the cinematic trailer, like no screenshots. They've described it as like, it's been described, I should say, as like a Dark Souls meets Shadow of the Colossus or something like that.
Yeah.
But considering it runs on a Quest 2, I'm just a little bit skeptical. A little bit skeptical that's going to be like... I'm confident it's going to be a great game because it's made by Skydance and they did Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. Excellent game. So I'm not worried about it.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But maybe they realized they bit off more than they could chew. And they're just like, oh man, this is going to be harder than we thought. We got to...
Well, maybe, like, do you think the Quest 3 played a role? And it's like, well, hold on, what if we just delay it for a year, shift the focus to Quest 3, maybe drop that Quest 2 or like significantly hamper us or whatever. And
they should just not release it at this point on the Quest 2. Just release it for the newer headsets, and then they're not hampered. They're not restricted by it. You know,
they should do that for all the like Assassin's Creed. I mean, it's too late now for Assassin's Creed, but
I think it's gonna take a while for them because they'll lose a lot of money. There's so many fucking Quest 2s that they'll shoot themselves in the foot if they decide to. But I agree with you. There has to be a point. It's like the PS5 argument. There has to be a point that you don't support the last generation, because otherwise, fuck, you just keep hurting yourself with the games. You're limiting yourself,
and you're punishing the people who bought the new one by like holding back the games. You know?
Yep.
Which is why I was really annoyed with like God of War, Gran Turismo 7, Horizon. Well, Horizon not so much because it came out a bit sooner. But those other games, I just wish they dropped that PS4 support sooner. LSB says that's money. Yeah, that's true. But I'm surprised. I'm surprised these people haven't been bought by Meta yet. I suppose Skydance though, they're like a massive studio. They do movies and stuff as well, so maybe not.
Right. I don't know. I remember the more time it goes by, like the fucking software, whatever fucking thing they have going on, that it can render or play games that it's not supposed to play, with the fucking technology. So I think there's gonna be a point that the graphics or the power of the computer is gonna matter, but not as much as like old potatoes are gonna probably be able to play fucking.
You mean like software kind of advances that?
Yeah, software like the whatever they
DSLL or whatever the fuck they call that shit.
Whatever all that shit.
Machine learning shit.
There's gonna be a point with that the whole raw power is not gonna matter as much, but it's probably gonna be a while.
Yeah. Chopped is here. He says, "Ghost cock, y'all. How you doing, Chopped? Nice to see you." LSB says, "Does it really surprise you that they would want a taste of that shit?" You mean the money? Who are you talking about?
Obviously, they want the extra money from the Quest 2 purchases.
Yeah, but I feel like, don't you think Quest 3... I mean, there's a topic later on just for Quest 3, but don't you think Quest 3 is going to sell like similarly to Quest 2? Like it's going to be up there?
Eventually, yeah.
Oh, it's like I think Moss might be frozen, or he's sleeping. Oh no, he's back.
No,
his eyes were just closed there for ages. I was like, what's going on here?
I'm fine.
He's bored. He is bored. And I don't blame him because we're talking about the Quest.
I fallen asleep.
Yeah, I think he just froze on you with like closed eyes for a bit.
No.
Chops says I'm going to need that GC emoji or else. Explain to me what that would look like, Chopped. How do I give you a penis emoji without getting banned from YouTube?
Maybe... Yeah,
I got with them.
Sorry, must go on.
Just someone with a mouth open and nothing else there, just like.
Damn, okay. But keep in mind the images have to be tiny, so they have to be able to like legibly see something when it's like a small image. Like that Decepticon emoji is like absolute garbage. For more reasons than one.
No, you need a person's face with the mouth open, nothing in front of it, but you see the.
Well, I just gotta get that screenshot from Scary Movie. Was that Scary Movie 1 or Scary Movie 2 where that happened? I think it could have been Scary Movie 2. I just get a screenshot of that and try and shrink it down. Oh, there you go. Jackpot's became creative there with his usage of emojis. He met us. There you go. There you go,
That
chapped.
thing you did there, Muzz, people could have just screenshot that and just do many things with what you just did, you know? You know when people do green screen shit and they put different things? You had your mouth open like that.
I didn't know what he was
just
talking
got a
about.
bunch of ideas.
All right.
Muzz is not concerned. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody
Listen,
nobody
LSB
here
likes
has
to do
the
that shit.
technical ability to do that.
Go for
LSB.
it.
LSB will do it? Alright, LSB do it. Make it happen.
No, don't. I'm just saying he would.
But yeah, I mean, the Behemoth thing I'm not too upset about just because I wasn't going to get hyped for it until we saw actual gameplay. So it's kind of a, take your time. Make sure it works. Make sure it's good. Not a shitty port or whatever. And, I'm not displeased. Anyway. Anything else to be said?
Yep.
No?
Hopefully you get gameplay soon. But like you say, the developers, good record. So probably really good. We'll see.
Yeah. I wonder will they, like in the trailer they have, obviously it's like hyper realistic looking, but I wonder will they go to that kind of toon style that they had for The Walking Dead for this, or will they keep this kind of a more realistic style?
It looks like they're going for like the way the character looked anyway in the cinematic trailer. It looked like they're going for more realism. But
they could change that.
They might have to, like, it's, I mean, I'm not a game developer obviously, but I mean, just trying to make that kind of concept with climbing like a big monster like Shadows of the Colossus in VR, like how do you even do that? Like where do you even, like, the mechanics must be crazy. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will be like Shadow of the Colossus where you're like gripping onto his pubic hair or whatever and climbing up a wall of that, or ropes, or dangling down or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, that Xbox game Avowed? I don't know if you heard of that one, where they showed it off and it was kind of similar style to this, and then when they actually got to the gameplay, they kind of became a little bit toonish, Which I don't mind if a game is toonish, but I don't like you showing it one way, and then when it comes, when it's time to show your cards, it's actually another way, That works too if it's in one box, says Chop. What the hell is he talking about, one box? I'll be changing my name to 17 Marijuanas on PSN. Alright. I'll be blocking 17 Marijuanas on PSN. Okay, so that's Behemoth done. Next topic, a little bit more juicy because I can actually talk about it, I think. Maybe I'm not supposed to be.
Do it.
How did this get out of whack?
Tell us all about it.
Anyway, Propagation, Paradise Hotel. It's out, well, technically today in my time zone. But I think it's like another 8 hours from now and it unlocks globally. You couldn't pre-order this game. Just before I go into it, the developers confirmed on Twitter yesterday that it is running at 120 frames per second natively, which I didn't know.
Nice.
I didn't know. I mean, it felt smooth and there was no reprojection issues at all. But I assumed maybe that meant it was running at 90, but it's actually running at 120 natively, which is pretty impressive. And if you're wondering how much it is $20 or €20, and I don't know what that is in sterling. I'm sorry. But if you haven't seen my review, which is live on the channel right now, should be, I'll give you some bullet points, and the main bullet point is get it. Get this game. $20 is good value for this game. It is a short game. It took me around 4 hours to beat, but I think that's fair for the price. They're not asking too much for 4 hours. And the 4 hours that are there are very solid.
Sounds comparable to Red Matter 2, basically.
Yes.
Quality and length, yeah.
Yeah.
What is this?
Although it is,
puzzle.
it feels like
what is?
It feels like Resident Evil 1. If Resident Evil 1 was made for VR in mind, you kind of got this big building, which is the hotel, kind of very similar to the mansion in Resident Evil. You're going around exploring room to room, and like some doors are locked or blocked, so then you have to go to different doors to get the key to open this door and maybe solve a puzzle here or there. So it's very Resident Evil-ish. And then while you're doing that, you're going to have like all these dead bodies on the corridors and in rooms, but you never know if they're actually dead or if they're going to spring up and fucking attack you.
How do you defend yourself?
So yeah, at the beginning, like near enough the beginning, you get a handgun. So when you're scavenging around the rooms, you're going to be looking for bullets. You're going to be looking for health, and then your health, like you get these little bottles of health. So you like reload your spray can with it. You just shove them into the bottom of the spray can, and then you can heal yourself with the spray. Very Resident Evil as well. What else? Oh yeah, so the zombies as well. When you kill them with the handgun, like even if you put like a few headshots into them, it might take like 3 or 4 shots to down them in the head. But let's say you leave. You come back again, like basically you just stun them. You can't kill them. So there's a chance that they will pop up again and there'll be a problem again. So like the tension is always there. You can't just like clear out the area and then feel safe. Like it's always going to be dangerous.
What's the balance of like you feel powerful or not powerful? Like, if it's scary, not scary, you feel like fucking,
I played it very slowly and carefully, so I was going to every single room and I was opening up every drawer and like press, so I was picking up a lot of bullets. So I never really felt like I was running out of bullets until near the end. I was starting to get low then. But as long as I had bullets, I always felt like I was going to be alright. But these zombies, like they can start slow and then all of a sudden they'll go into a sprint and then they're on top of you and they're like strangling you, so you have to like punch them away with your hands, or you can like shoot them then and there. But like like for me, anyway, you start panicking. Like,
or it's too easy or anything.
No, you don't feel invincible. No. But okay. I wasn't hard either, though. I only died once.
Yeah.
So that time I did die is like I got overrun by like 4 of them at the same time, and they were all like fucking gangbanging me. I was like punching this one off, and another one started choking me. I was like,
that.
And
he's getting some of that zombie cock. That's what he was doing.
Damn, ZC. Damn. Couldn't get enough. It was falling off.
$20? That sounds I might have to.
It's worth it, yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where's the scary factor?
It's not like it has a really good atmosphere. Like everything's dark and lightning is going on through the window, and the floorboards are all creaky, and the doors all making when they're opening. But the enemies themselves not too scary. Like I was always careful to always have my eyes on them and stuff, so they rarely got the jump on me. So, like overall, I'd give it maybe like a 7. I mean, it depends on your tolerance. It depends on your tolerance to horror.
Like jump scares?
Like I don't find zombies too scary, but there's a couple of jump scares that did get me. There's one where like I opened something and immediately there was something there on the other side that started chasing me. So,
yeah,
I've seen the spooks.
I've been wanting to play this game for a while, and I've seen like the first like 10 or 15 minutes of gameplay about 4 or 5 times, like from different channels, all playing the same like intro kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
And they always stop right when there's like a big kind of monster that shows up, and that's where everyone stops playing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know anything past like as soon as he shows up, then they basically stop the stream every time I've watched anybody playing it. So I'm more interested in about what that thing is and how often does it show up, or if there's more of him or all that kind of thing.
I don't know how much you want me to tell you.
No, I don't want you to give anything away, but that's what I'm curious about.
Because I was like, I'm gonna take my shit off because I don't want to play this game and I hate spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil anything.
I will say like there's more variants that pop up later on, so it's not just your standard zombies you'll face the whole time.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. If it was just zombies for the most part, or if there's on it.
Well, that is for the most part, but like towards the end, it gets a bit more intense, and enemies get a bit more dangerous.
I mean, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners is all zombies, but that's still fun. So
yeah, and that can be like scary as well when they overwhelm you as well, kind of the same.
Yeah, but you also have like mechanics that can make it funner, like being able to like grab their heads and like throw them. Yeah, that kind of thing makes it more.
I want to tell you the most mind-blowing part of the whole game for me, which is like I was actually like, oh shit, that's cool. I was like in a toilet, and like you can pick up a lot of stuff, like a lot of interactable things. So I was like testing out everything. Could I turn this on? Could I do whatever? Went over to the hand dryer, stuck my hand under the dryer, and then not only did it turn on, but the haptics in the controller rumbled in such a way that it actually tricked my mind into thinking there was air blowing on my hand, just for like a split second. But whatever, it was just enough to make me go, wow, cool. Just a small little touch like that.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I wonder if they would do the same thing. Did you put your hands under like a sink that might have like the auto turn on when you put your hands under the sink, and it might have had like the same effect for the water hitting your hand?
I haven't noticed any tap. I didn't mess with any taps. I don't think there's any running water or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like other like a lot of little details, like you're walking under down a hallway and they've got like one of them halogen lights above you, and it has that buzzing like zzz, and you can tell it's coming right from above you, like, and it's just, I don't know, very atmospheric, you know. I'm trying to think what else. Everything just felt like really smooth and polished, and like it just worked. You know how with VR stuff, it can be really janky sometimes, especially when you're messing with your inventory. You have to pull something out. It's kind of a similar inventory to Saints and Sinners. It's not a backpack, but it's like just a screen you pull up, and you can like physically pick up the items from your menu, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I like that system. I think more games should incorporate that kind of
really
thing.
Good.
Like,
and there's like with keys, for example, like there's almost like you put the key near the keyhole, and it kind of magnetizes it towards it then. But it doesn't feel bad. Like it's not like control is taken away, but it just feels really, really smooth. Like you couldn't make a mistake. Like it just works the way it should work, and I really enjoyed that.
Do you grab the bag with all your items like over your shoulder like you would like
no. It's not a bag. So it's just well, first of all, you've got like on body inventories. Jesus Christ, the tripod nearly went over there. You've got like the on body, so you got like your gun on your waist, you got your health on the other waist, and your ammo pouch is in the middle, so you can reload with that. You got a flashlight as well, which needs batteries, by the way, so that's another thing you're going to be scavenging for. Although I never ran out of batteries. I played in the dark mostly, unless I really needed to turn it on, because I was paranoid I'd run out of batteries. I must have had like 200 batteries that I didn't need at the end.
It's like having the 99 health potions at the end of an RPG because you never want to use them. Basically.
Exactly, yeah, the classic meme. But yeah, I was kind of like that. Bullets, though, I did like, even though I was hoarding them, I did by the end like I was low on them. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. It's like, okay, if there's disappointing things to talk about, it is only 4 hours. So even though I think that's decent value for the money, the way it ends maybe is a bit abrupt. Like you've gotten the goal, from the very beginning you have one goal, and you make it like halfway to achieving this goal, and then kind of just ends. You know, there's no big climactic thing. It feels like a episodic thing, you know, the way it ends. It doesn't feel like I call it a cliffhanger ending, but it's not really like oh shit, this cool thing happened. It's just kind of it's like, okay, it's over now, wait till the next one comes up, you know.
So one and done, like no replayability or anything?
Well, there's like these little statues you can collect, like little octopus statues. I got like 17 of them, I think, and there's 30 of them in total. I don't know what happens if you get all of them, probably just a trophy or something, but outside of that, I don't think there's much else to do. But it is solid, polished, worth the $20, in my opinion.
No, I think I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try it for $20 and all that. It looks pretty polished, like you said, and
yeah,
it sounds interesting with all the VR mechanics it has and all that stuff. And it's kind of Resident Evil-ish in that sense, a little bit. Sounds pretty interesting.
Another criticism I have, and most of my criticisms are like, they kind of feel like nitpicks. There's like a couple of like friendly NPCs you'll come across during the game, and their voice acting is a bit off. Like the first fella just feels like he seems American. He's got an American name, but he's got like a foreign accent for no reason, which is fine. You can get over that. But then there's another dude you find later on, and the way he speaks, and like I'm almost convinced he was like an AI robot voice kind of thing. Even though I looked up his name in the credits and it was like a real person's name, but but I put it in the review. I cut out like 3 examples of what I was talking about. It's in the review if you want to hear them.
Maybe that was the AI's name. Maybe they named the AI.
Maybe. But yeah, just like it was just like it was a natural enough voice. It was just the way he was delivering the lines. It was like just felt odd or, you know, off, robotic a little bit. Let me check the chat real quick. Jeremiah says they showed an in-engine screenshot and it looked like the trailer. I got the trailer playing there in the background, but
is he going back to Behemoth? Are we talking Behemoth now, or maybe that's what he was talking about?
Oh, is that what he's talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I would think he was back when we were talking about Behemoth.
Shit.
He put that comment right when you were finishing talking about that Behemoth thing.
Shit. Sorry, I was so late to see that. I need to look up that screenshot then. Because
yeah, I want to see what that looks like too.
If it actually looks like the trailer. Or do you mean like art style maybe? Like they're going for the realistic look? Chop says, Jackpot, wish you were my neighbor. I grew some fire.
You grew some
fire.
You know what you should do, Chop? You should train doves. You train those fucking birds, dude, and you just drop it off to my backyard, and then I'll send you some your way, and that's it.
How far away are you from each other? He's New Jersey, isn't he? How many thousands of miles?
I'm in
though?
the middle. I don't know. Not thousands. No, what the fuck?
1,000?
I don't know. I'm in the middle. No. I'll tell you right now. These questions. Probably 500. I don't know. New Jersey.
500 miles.
New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah, it's disgusting.
Full disease.
Chop
It
says,
is. I don't know.
wow, thanks for looking
This
that up.
suspense. It's far as fuck. All right. That's
All
all
right,
right.
well, that's why I said thousand. I bet it's in the thousands. You're like, oh, I'm not going to say it.
It's not 1,000. It's 2,100.
That's thousands, you bitch. Oh.
But you made it.
Why do I know
seem
your
it was
country?
like-
Why do I know your country better than you? Chop
You
says,
don't.
pass on another zombie game. Zombies have been done to death. Listen, I can understand. I can understand that sentiment or whatever. But listen, a good game's a good game. Decepticon says, I started playing this again to finish it. It's good. Wish it were closer to Subway Propagation. That's the original, isn't it? I looked up a little bit of that, and apparently it's more like a wave shooter than this. But I've never actually watched this or anything.
God damn it.
Chopped says, I was just going to say Zombie Cock. Lol Muzz beat me to it. Decepticon says, there's an ignorant jump scare about an hour or so in. I don't even know if I can remember. There's one of them I remember an event. But I don't want to spoil it either. There will probably be another. They make quality shit. There has to be. The way that ended, there has to be another. I can't.
This is on PC as well, right? I'm assuming
It's on
that's what
PC and Quest as well. It's been out on them platforms for months.
Yeah, but the PSVR 2 with the feedback and all that shit.
Yeah. Oh, actually, that was something I actually left out in the review. I was a little bit disappointed that there didn't seem to be any adaptive trigger usage with the controller. Because I like to rest my finger on the break point of the trigger, but as soon as I put my finger on it and pulled a little bit, it immediately shot. So that was just the handgun now. Maybe it's just got like a really hair trigger, which is possible in real life too. I don't know. Definitely more than 1,000, says Decepticon. See, even he knows.
I know, and I looked it up, and it's not possible. Those doves only go like 1,100 miles.
Oh my god! So everything you
You
said
have
is
to
a
get
lie.
somebody in the
You're
middle.
wrong about everything.
What about carrier pigeons? Can they go further?
Carrier pigeons?
They'd like
Well,
practically
these are
the
just
same as a dove.
Pigeon. I think
No,
so.
I think
Just
pigeons
a
can go
white
further.
pigeon. A dove is just a white pigeon.
Homing pigeons. Those are the ones. I don't know. I'll figure it out, Chop. I'm gonna have to do some research on this.
How do you program a pigeon to know where to go?
I don't fucking know, but there's a way.
I
There's
have
some
no idea.
documentaries about it, and I've heard they're fucking.
Something to do
nuts,
with
dude.
magnets in their
Really
beaks or something, is it? Like they got like some kind
I
of
don't-
they can detect
I don't think so, dude.
they can detect some
Oh, they can
magnetic
detect
things
something
with
on
their
the
with
the
their
magnetic
brains.
field on the fucking on the earth and shit.
Yeah,
Some crazy.
so you
shit
can manipulate
like
that somehow to go to like your address
GPS.
or your backyard. You put in the coordinates,
Just that.
type in, just push the buttons on the side of the pigeon and let it go. I see. Okay. So, is there anything else you'd like to know about propagation?
Not without giving any of the game
Yeah.
away. So
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I'm just glad to hear that you liked it, and it's worth the money.
Buy
so.
it. But you know, I was kind of half dreading it because of the way things have been going lately for PSVR 2 games. It's like, oh, is this going to be another one of those? But it wasn't.
I don't think it's going to be going on sale anytime soon. That's the only thing. I don't want to buy it in like a couple months down the road. It drops like $20 or something, or not. 20,
It's free.
$5.
It's
It'll be
free
free.
now.
It's free. Well, just take the
We
game.
pay you 1
It's
cent to buy this game.
It's on PlayStation Plus as a free
Yeah.
game.
Wait, how
Dang.
much was Game of the Year? What's the fucking game you rated like 10 out of 10 with the fucking
€15, I think.
the
So
brawling?
$15. Down and out. Game of the Year edition.
down and out? $15.
I think
so
it was 15. So this is
15 versus
it's 5
20.
more than this, and it's an infinitely better game.
Yeah.
Infinitely better.
Sounds like I bought worse games over $20. So
Now keep in mind, I say 4 hours, but I was going real slow. Like I was examining every room, and I was admiring the paintings on the wall and all this kind of shit.
I take my time on those kind of games too. So I think I'll draw it out a little
Might
longer.
as well.
No,
Yeah, might as well.
Good. But yeah, that's it about propagation. Buy it right now,
Cool.
or else. And if you did buy it, or you do buy it, let me know what you think. Next story, not really much of a story, more of a hope and a dream. And Decepticon actually brought this to my attention a few streams ago. Blade and Sorcery, they're actually like turning that into a full game now. Like it's not just early access anymore. It's wrapping up. They're going to have like a 1.0 update, and they're going to release this early 2024 after 5 years of early access on PC. And it's going to be coming with
this. It's been 5 years.
5
it's
years.
Been 5 years.
Oh, 5
crap.
years of me drooling over that game. They're going to add a new mode to it called Crystal Hunt, and that's going to have like somewhat of a story mode wrapped into it somehow. I think they're like environmental storytelling rather than an actual story, but it'll be something. Nothing confirmed for PSVR 2, but just the fact that they're wrapping it up and it's finished now, don't you think? Like they'd have to consider making as much money as possible, and that includes porting it to as many headsets as they can, and has to be a PSVR 2 port on the way.
It'll be sad if it's not.
Like there's a port on Quest. So how can there be a port on Quest? I know Quest has got way more of a player base, so it makes more sense money-wise, but come on.
Still, I don't... It depends on how hard it is to port it and how much money it is, but, I mean, I think it will, and I'm glad to see this happening because we talk about this, the VR, right? We don't want demos. We don't want... Like, the VR Skater is fucking great, but it's just, you just skate around here and there. If it was Skate 3 in VR, I don't know if you guys played that game. That was fucking odd. That would be... So that's why I'm excited, because now it feels like we're going over that bridge of, okay, now these are full-on games. Because this game, again, before, they had story and stuff. It was still fun, but it's just like, and there's mods and all that, which make it, fun. But still, having now a story and all that with those game mechanics, dude, I really hope they bring it to PSVR too. I mean, I'll still buy on PC either way, but still, for everybody.
Yeah. Moz, have you any interest in this type of game? The appeal is kind of just torturing the NPCs for me anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been following this game recently. Like, I was looking into it like years ago, 5 years ago now. I can't believe it's actually been that long since this thing's been around. But I mean, yeah, I kind of fell off of it, so I'm not really excited. But I mean, if it was announced for PSVR 2, then I might be. But
okay,
yeah, I don't have too much really to say about it.
If this got announced for PSVR 2, it would probably be my game of 2024, I think.
Yeah, like it has crazy physics. Physics is like the craziest thing about it.
Like you just grab a fella's hand, stab a knife through his hand, stick him to the table, and then he's stuck to the table, and then you can like fuck around and do all kinds of crazy shit.
It's like Saints and Sinners type of, that type of, things that you can do to the... So that's why, like you say, Muzz, that's why you say, that's the reason why people like it, because of the mechanics and the animations and all that. It's very, very cool. So I'm excited they're making a full game, and maybe if we all complain a lot, it will, it will come to... And I don't know, maybe the story's not even that good, but just the
I don't give a fuck about the story. Do not give a fuck about the story.
Yeah, like the chicken... You think everybody's gonna pit that chicken, dude? People are gonna do crazy shit to that poor chicken right there.
I won't even be able to stream us. I'd be arrested for what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm excited though for this.
Chopped is complaining because PlayStation will end up changing his name to 17 Marijuanas. I probably should have realized marijuana would be a blocked word. They're not gonna let you put that there. Try and make it to something else though. Wheaties or something.
Just trick them. Use like letters and numbers to try to spell out marijuanas without. Yeah.
Mary Jane's, but 17 Mary Jane's.
17 Mary Jane's. Decepticon
says, that would probably work.
If Hellsplit were turned into something like this or Dark Souls, that game would be the best of this game. Any sign of Hellsplit coming to PSVR 2? I don't know. I haven't been following this. War Room says Blade and Sorcery was like the game I wanted back on VR 1. Undead Citadel I'm waiting for. Are you telling me that Undead Citadel takes priority now to this if it were to come to PS4 2?
Which one is that?
Undead Citadel. There's so many of them that are kind of similar that they're kind of mixed up.
Yeah, I lose track of all these like sword and medieval sword ones. The one that looked interesting to me, I don't even know if it's any of these that you're talking about. Maybe it's the Hellspit one. But what's the one where you can craft your weapons? You go to like this blacksmith guy, and then you have like this thing with all the weapons that you spin, kind of like a wheel that you turn, with all the different weapons that you can choose from, and then you can pick the weapon out, and then you craft it, and then the blacksmith guy goes over there and hammers hammers on the sword for a few seconds and then he turns around and gives you the sword. But that one looks like it has really good combat.
I don't know what that is. I haven't seen that, but it sounds good.
Yeah.
It has like a really dark medieval kind of look to it, like a Dark Souls kind of vibe. Whereas like the fighting's a little slower, but it looks like it has better like not so like hack and slashy. Like you have to like time your jabs.
Yeah, I like that too. Decepticon would know though. He's the man to ask about these.
Yeah.
He loves his medieval torture games.
I was
It's not
basically
Blade, it's not Blade and
asking.
Sorcery, right? It's not
I
Blade
don't
and
think it's
Sorcery.
Blade and Sorcery.
Unless they added this in the patch, I don't know. Chop says, I'll send a pigeon, Jackboss, but don't think it will carry as much as I would send. Lol. Would need at least 4 birds. Dove dabs, says Decepticon. Play viewer pigeons, says Mick. Blade and Sorcery is way better than Undead Citadel, says Decepticon. Grimlord is better than Undead.
Oh, is it Grimlord?
Is it?
I think it's Grimlord that I'm thinking of.
Grimlord. That's the Dark Souls
Maybe.
type one, isn't it?
I think so. That's what I think that's the game I'm thinking of.
Warren says Undead Citadel, why can't I say that one correctly, is like Blade and Sorcery but with level exploration. I think beta is out in PC and looks decent. Mixes until you fall, but that's more like is that like a rhythmy type of a game? Like it's a slasher, but like with the, maybe I'm getting mixed up, but it feels like a rhythm type game. 17 Mary Janes worked, says Job. Oh, he had to have the X's in front of it. Oh, I hate them X's, Job. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Decepticon says, yeah, Grimlord is closer to Dark Souls. Until You Fall is still good.
Until You Fall. Isn't that
That was on PSVR 1, I
player
think, wasn't it? Was it co-op? I can't
No,
remember.
I fucking remember the
I
games.
can't remember.
So many fucking games.
Chairface
Yeah.
is here. Chairface.
It's Grimlord. Grimlord's the one I was talking
That's the
about.
one, okay. Is that co-op?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, single player.
Blade and Sorcery isn't co-op either, is it? It's all single player, I think. But that would be cool.
I don't know.
If it had
I'd
multiplayer. or
imagine
don't
it's
know.
single player.
Won't let you start with numbers, this job. Damn. Well, use a different letter then, or a dot, or something, just not the X. Until You Fall is like neon colors and shit. Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of, like a more cartoony kind of a style. That was on PSVR 1. Next topic, and my laptop seems to be stuttering a bit, so apologies for that.
I don't think there's no news of Grimlord ever coming to PSVR 2, right? Like, I don't think that's...
I wouldn't rule anything out, but I don't think I've heard anything.
Yeah, like, why does the Quest and, like, the PC stuff get all these, like, cool-looking sword ones, and all we get is that, like
Swordsman.
cartoony sword? Yeah, Swordsman. Like, why do we get that?
The Swordsman's apparently like really good now with all the updates. Like they've got like.
Oh, no, not
decapitations
Swords.
and-
Not... I wasn't talking about Swordsman. What was that other recent one that came out? Like, the cartoony-looking one? Yeah.
Oh, Fast Travel Games published one.
Yeah, that's
It's like
what I was talking
1v1 multiplayer as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. I'm not going to think of the name. But apparently that one's decent as well. I don't know. But it's like really pastel colors.
Yeah, I don't think that one looks good.
Warham says, I desperately want a Dark Souls VR. I don't. I mean, isn't there a lot of rolling and shit in that? Would it work as well?
If someone
In,
can
like,
crack
first
the
person.
formula, if someone can crack that formula and make a real good Dark Souls game, that would draw a lot of people into VR. There's like a giant crowd for those Dark Souls.
Like
Yep.
a lot of it is like dodging an enemy attack perfectly. It's like if you're
Yeah.
first person, it's hard to know if you're dodging it just the right way, and I don't know.
Yeah,
But listen, I'm an idiot. What do I know?
that's why
That's
it's gonna.
why.
It would be a hard thing to crack because it is very timing based and very specific, like button press inputs, basically for the combat to work that way. Where it's totally a different story with the freedom of moving your sword around. So it's
And stamina as well, something to take into account with those games as well.
Yeah.
Although Sense Sinners has a stamina system as well, so it's doable. Chopped says, I just spent $10 to change that shit. So X says it is. Damn, spending money to change your name. I'll look into Grimlord.
Yeah,
Release date
I think
says
it's
this
only.
year.
I think the name change is only free the first time, and then you just have to start paying for it.
Damn.
Yeah.
You blew it. You blew it. Release date says this year about Grimlord, so it's not out yet in the other platforms, or it's coming to PSVR 2 this year. Is that what I don't know. Broken Edge.
thought it was already
that's it. So did I, but maybe it's like an early access version or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's too much early access going on. I can't keep up with what's out and what's not out.
Shake my head, says LSB. Lobos Jr. has an Elden Ring viewer playthrough and it looked amazing. But still, especially when it's like a mod for a game that's designed around third person, I can't imagine it would all work nice and smoothly, if you know what I mean.
God, why are you so negative?
I just can't imagine it, alright? And
Not gonna be perfect, but it's better.
it would be like, it'd be class to go around the environments and looking around in viewer and stuff, but once it comes to like fighting, you know, any kind of a complicated enemy where you have to memorize their attacks and all this kind of shit, that's when it become difficult.
Yeah, I already said it before, but sword fighting just doesn't really work in VR.
I still won't play it in Sorcery, regardless of that. Stabbing works. Stabbing works just fine, Muzz.
Well, the difference is when you can grab something and then stab it, that's better.
That works.
Well, no, it does. It technically does, because then you have something that you're holding stationary that you stab, rather than something that's in front of you that you're stabbing at.
Air.
No, I get you.
Yeah, it's more tactile feeling. Yeah.
All right, moving on to the PlayStation sale that's going on right now.
Just one other point is
sorry.
Just one other point. That's why I like Saints and Sinners so much. Is because when you grab the zombie by the head and you stab the head, it actually feels like you're stabbing rather than just like stabbing through air at nothing, because you have your hand is bracing like where you're going to be stabbing, and it just
helps trick the brain a bit better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good point. Chairface says, is Zing or Crossing, I can't remember what that one was called, PSVR 1 a yay or nay? I never played it. Was that like a puzzle game? Apparently it was very beautiful. Did it even come to PSVR 1?
I think you probably play all those fucking puzzle games. He likes the puzzle games, so maybe. But I think I've heard good reviews about it. I just don't know. I'm not a puzzle guy, clearly. So.
Of course not. Of course not. Blade and Sorcery stabbing is very close to S and S, said Decepticon. What the fuck is S and S? Oh, Saints and Sinners. He didn't do the ampersand. He did a letter, like he spelled out and like an imbecile. Anyway, big sale on PSN. I got this, by the way, took it from Reddit from a user called Orcade81, where he lists out all the PSVR 2 games. Now, this is the North American version, so it might be different for Europe and everywhere else, but because most of you are American, I'll just go with that.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm going to list out the PSVR 2 games. So, The Last Clockwinder is now 35% off, which is $16.24.
Wait. I'm sorry to interrupt. When you say these games, is there any way if you play them, can you tell me after you say how much? Yeah, this sucks. I haven't played it or whatever.
So many of these, most of these I won't have played, but we'll see.
All right, fine. Forget it then.
But feel free to do it yourself if you have.
I haven't played. That's why I'm asking you, because I want to see if any of these are good.
This is, I think The Last Clockwinder is like a puzzle game, so this is like beyond you.
I forget it.
Next one is like one. This sale has got me interested in this one now. Dark Pictures Switchback VR, 30% off, which is the lowest ever price, and it's $28. So I'm tempted. I'm tempted.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're happy with the patch? Like the patch improved it enough for you, Moz?
I think so. I think it's a good game. I mean, it loses the wow factor of the first game, but I think that's just unfair to live to that standard of like how cool the first Rush of Blood was, because like
just because it was all new at the time. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and like this one's just a follow up, which is more of the same, which isn't bad, but I mean, I think it's still I think it's good.
All right.
Especially at a discount, I would get it.
30% off. Switchback is on the list. Next one.
And it's got that replayability with like the different routes you can go in. So like you can keep trying to find like the different ways that you haven't gone yet. And you see different things, and there's all the collectibles that you can keep trying to go back and get high scores with and all that.
And they've added like puzzles and stuff in it this time. It's not just.
Yeah, you'll see it's like someone hanging up there, and they're like about to die, and you can choose to save them or not. And yeah, you have to shoot different things to like free them and stuff before they burn alive or whatever.
Yeah, cool. Next one, I can tell you about this one, Jackbot. This next one's called What the Bat, and it's 30% off. It's iconic game of the year, literally game of the year by Upload Viewer. The year it came out, I'm not even joking. That's game of the year, so you obviously have to get that one. It's an enjoyable game, I think. like just something to dick around in.
Yeah.
Zenith.
Only if you're streaming it. If you're playing it by yourself, you feel like an idiot.
I don't know. Zenith, the last city, is 30% off as well, which is now $21. That's a big, massively multiplayer online game with, like, was it 16 players you can have together in like a public area? You can go on raids and stuff like that. Apparently it's good. And there's an expansion for that coming out soon as well. That could have been a topic too, but I didn't bother to research it. Garden of the Sea, $10. It's now 60% off.
I'll buy the Zenith if you guys all get it, and then we can play it on your stream.
How much is it?
Not this month. I can't. There's too many other games I need to buy this month that I can't just.
What's the price? What's the price of it again?
$21.
It's not horrible, but
it's not awful.
I guess
it's like probably worth it with the amount of hours you can put into it. But
yeah,
with Phasmophobia coming out, with Madison coming out,
yeah, you put that on hold. Yeah.
So Garden of the Sea, $10. Don't know anything about it. Hubris is now $21, 30% off. This is a game that's kind of got like decent enough reviews. It's a little bit mixed, but it's like really nice visuals and stuff. Star Tenders Intergalactic Bartending is 50% off, so it's now $7.49. People have said it's decent, that one. It's not the kind of game I'd spend money on, or was ever tempted to spend money on. Pistol Whip. Well, this one probably has to go on the list as well. Yeah, $24, 20% off. Kayak VR Mirage. This I feel like I regret this one. I got this day one. The most best looking game you've ever seen in your life, but it's very limited and you get bored of it immediately. And they talked about how multiplayer modes were coming and all this, and there doesn't seem to be any sign of that happening.
You blew it. How much you pay for that?
Well, it's 20% off, and that makes it $18.39. So add 20% on top of that and figure out what that was, all right? Because I don't know what it was. It wasn't expensive. Maybe $25. Maybe
that's much, right, for what it was.
Not really, but it's a one and done kind of thing.
You compare the game that you just played, the motel, Propagation Hotel, whatever the fuck you said, whatever it was.
But I'd pay 30 for that. You know, maybe even 40 for Propagation, because it's like.
That's why I'm saying if this game is $20, maybe this game is underpriced, the one that you just played and reviewed.
Yeah.
But that's now I'm saying $20 that, and then this kayak game $25. I was like, fuck that.
But I mean, it doesn't like that. It simulates kayaking very well, and it looks amazing.
It seems like a game that you would have on standby for like when your family like visits you, and then you can be like, hey, check this out. So it's not like very intimidating, and just be like, look how cool VR looks, and then just look at it for like 5-10 minutes.
And you can like you can use your oars. It'll be like a little penguin. You can slap him in the back, and he'll just fall down dead. So there you go. I also had a really bad jump scare in that game as well. It was a snake, and I didn't see him. I didn't notice he was right beside me, and then when I realized he was there, it scared the shit out of me. He didn't even pounce or anything. He was just there.
In the water?
No, he's like on top of a rock, like chilling, kind of staring at you. Another one, Puzzling Places, is 30% off, which is now $14. Obviously, jackpot, not one for you. Ragnarok, $15. I think the Ragnarok developers are the same ones who did Propagation. I looked into them to see what else they did, and I think Ragnarok is their other one. 40% off, $15 for that. Cosmo Dread is now only $9.74, and that's 35% off. So that's like remember Dreadhalls? Did you play Dreadhalls?
I didn't, but I've seen it.
Yeah, so it's those guys, and they made like a space version of Dreadhalls. So there you go, less than $10.
$10.
Yeah, probably can't go wrong with that. Drums Rock, $14, 30% off. Runner, $10.49, 30% off. Synth Riders, $17 with 32% off. Pixel Ripped 1978 is $17.49 with 30% off. Knock, which is apparently very good but has like no player base, $15, 25% off. That could be a fun one to stream. It's like multiplayer. It's like a sports game where you're like shooting a bow and arrow against a ball and you're trying to hit the ball into the net, I think. Like a Rocket League, except instead of cars, you're archers. Yeah,
I mean, it might be going the way of Spark sometime soon, unfortunately, if no one's playing it.
Voice is starting to go. Until You Fall is
GC.
What have you been doing with your throat?
GC.
The ghost is
GC.
coming in.
GC.
It's coming in. Do you actually?
GC at
Would
night.
either of you like to take over? Actually, because I'm doing all the fucking talking. If you have the
No,
list in
what
front
do
of
you
you, would you
mean?
like to do it?
No, you
You
go
know?
ahead.
All right, fine.
No. I mean, I can if that's gonna help your throw. Because
Do
of
it
that
then. Do
dick
it.
sucking.
Start with until
I
you
don't
fall.
want to though.
Do it, bitch.
Fuck me, hold on.
Have you not got the list in front of you?
Until you fall, 1999. Is that the one with the 4-player co-op, right?
That's the one we were
Right?
talking about. So I don't know if it's 4-player or not.
I think zombies, right? I heard it has good reviews. Brain Beats. What the fuck is that?
No, hold on a
I
second.
have
Hold
no
on.
idea.
Hold on. You're mixing up after the fall with before you fall.
Okay,
Or
thank
until you
There
fall,
go.
sorry.
There you go. That's the one that I was getting
Yeah.
confused. And none of these games I know about. Brain Beats, 40% off, $8.69. I don't know, Muzz. You know anything about that?
Never heard of it myself.
Transformers Beyond Reality. LSB will love this fucking game. 1874, 25% off. Gee, these games, man. 2MD VR Football Unleash. I think this game is not bad. If you like football, I play the the Quest version of it. It's not bad. $10.49. Damn. After the Fall. There we go. Complete
There you go.
edition. Damn. $14.99. I think I haven't played this, but I've heard it has good reviews.
Yeah, I've
and
heard a lot of
having
things.
the 4-player whatever co-op, I think that this is probably a really good deal, especially complete edition, $15.
Yeah. Probably one for the list.
pretty good.
Stick it on the list.
Yeah. Damn, Job Simulator,
Classic.
$15.99.
Classic.
Did you guys play Vacation Simulator?
No.
By any chance?
No.
No, Muzz? Yeah, after the Job Simulator, I just like, yeah, it was like
Yeah. It was
when
fun.
you first start
very
VR
first time.
and
Yeah.
to fuck around. Damn, Walkabout Mini Golf, which I don't know if you added it, but Walkabout Mini Golf, buy that game regardless if it's $1 million, but it's only $10.49.
Get it.
Yeah.
Is that
And
just
the deals-
that's just the base though,
That's
right?
the
That
base.
doesn't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
all
the
the
base. Yeah. I don't think they have, at least on this list, there's no complete edition, but the DLCs are very cheap. Like
Maybe
what,
the
$3
DLCs
more?
are maybe the DLCs are also discounted. I don't know.
Maybe.
Pumpkins
But
doesn't.
they're all like
Pumpkins
€3
reach-
each or
doesn't
$3
go that
each.
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, they're
But
not
yeah.
much.
And there's a new Bush. I think he put it on the thing. There's a new course coming, like Halloweenish, and it looks
Yeah.
pretty sick. I think
It's one of the
October
topics.
19th. Talk about another Fisherman's Tale. What is that? The second one?
Must be.
It's puzzles.
It must
Puzzles
be.
are not for you.
You guys play the
Just
first
skip
one? I
it.
played the
Just
first
skip
one a little bit. I was like,
Of course you did. Hit a puzzle.
But I've heard it.
Press
it
the
has
start
good
button.
reviews.
Press the
Listen.
start button. It's like, oh,
Listen,
turn it off. Turn it off.
as soon as there's dude, I'm stuck in Half-Life Alex in the first puzzle about
Oh
some
my
buttons.
god! I've never heard
Listen.
of anyone. I didn't even hear that game had puzzles, and you're the first person telling me they're stuck in the fucking puzzles in
What
Half-Life
you
Alex.
expect me to tell you about
He,
it?
he had to pick up a box, and then there's something behind the box that he didn't see.
Another main
Listen,
menu
there's
puzzle.
buttons. It was probably very simple. And then there you go, the Fisherman's Tale bundle, maybe 1 and 2 for $27.99, the lowest price ever. And talking about puzzles, Red Matter, it sucks that it's not on sale because I really want to play that game, even though it's puzzle, just because of graphics and just everything about it. I really want to play it on PSVR 2.
You mean
That's
the
what
first
I'm
one?
doing tomorrow.
Both, I haven't played either of them.
Okay.
Either of them. What'd you say, Ma? Sorry.
That's what I'm doing on tomorrow on my day off. I'm playing the first one.
Nice.
Nice. For the first time?
Yeah, never played it.
Oh, you're in for a treat,
Yeah,
boss.
dude.
An absolute treat.
Yeah.
It is like stunning.
I know, and
I
I
just
get
feel
to
like
see.
I'm gonna need
I get to
help.
see the best version of it too. The best version.
I wonder is 2 better because I haven't played 2, so I wonder will 2 look better than 1.
Probably, dude.
I think they're probably going to be on par with each other. I don't think.
Because when I jumped
'Cause it
back
did-
into that, it was like, whew, it's a looker, you know? It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, were you going to say something? I cut you off.
Me?
No, not you. Never you. Never you.
No, bitch. That's the end of the list. You know, that's the end of the list.
Good
Go
list.
buy
It's a
whatever
good
you
list.
want.
I think there's
Good
some
list.
games that should be on the list that isn't there. What should be on that list?
So, do you think this is a reaction to
Firewall.
Quest 3 coming out?
Damn you, bitch.
I'm
Is that a
joking.
oh, that's a
hate
good
me.
question.
Don't hate me heads. I'm joking.
Is this a reaction to Quest 3 coming out? Asked Moz.
Got all these games
The
on sale
sale?
now. So
Nah.
Yeah.
Fucking
No.
These
PlayStation.
happen.
If you go on your PlayStation, dude, every fucking they
There's
make
always
up every
sales.
fucking. As soon as the sale ends, there's another sale. October
Yeah.
2nd sale. It's like, oh great, October 19th sale close. It's like there's always gonna be a sale for PSVR 2 games. Not as much, but I don't think it's because of the Quest. I just don't. In my opinion, people see it as competition to a point, and I don't see that as much competition, dude. They're just like they're.
Hold on. We're going to get into that in the next topic. So just slow your horses.
Fine.
Over the sales that they do every once in a while with these games, I think Sony is still stupid not to just be doing like once every few months, just have a free PlayStation VR 2 game on the PlayStation Plus for free
every month.
Like I don't
every month.
It doesn't even have to. Every month would be great, but I mean, it doesn't even have to be that. Just every few months, just kind of trickle them out there. Like I don't know what the hell they're not doing it for, because it's just like that's how you grow your fan base, or your player base for a system before they buy the system.
Yeah,
it's just like
tempt them.
Yeah, it's just groundwork. Suddenly, I have 20 games, and now I can just go buy a VR headset and play them all. So.
100%. Horizon should be.
They need to hire me. They need to hire me on their businesses.
Horizon should be 50% off. That shit's a full price game. That needs to come down.
It does.
Well, it's probably their best selling game. It probably is. So maybe that's why they're not doing it.
But why? They did it. They got the best selling game because that was what they promoted with the headset, and it was I guarantee if that game would have come out right now, and the reviews were out before and all that, I wouldn't have the same sales. I almost guarantee you.
I think I'd still probably want it myself. Sorry, go on, Liz.
Be right back. Cat's knocking over stuff. Be right back.
Damn.
Oh shit! That's what you get for not feeding him lasagna every night.
Fight the power, pussy. Let me check the comments. One was gone. Chairface says pistol whip is class. Decepticon says pistol whip is doing a Halloween stage. Jackbot should stream play Dread Halls.
Is that a scary game?
It is, like the graphics are like really shit. Like the ghosts are like a little cardboard cutout of a thing.
Dude, I got scared with the cardboard ghosts and some puzzle game the other day. With
there you go. There you go. But even though they're just like little, like one of them is like just a shadow, like just a black silhouette of a thing, and that scares the shit out of me sometimes.
$10, we'll see.
Decepticon also says you should stream play Blair Witch. He's told you should do that.
Me?
Yes, you.
Fuck no. How much is that?
I don't know. I assumed you owned it.
I have so many games that I could play that are scary before I spend money. All the Resident Evils, all the... Yes, I am scared, bitch.
Well, you buy them if you're not going to play them. Just play them sitting down. All them games you can play sitting down.
Yeah, you. Like, you pee sitting down. I don't do that. I like to stand up.
Well, I don't get any on the seat that way.
I know. I don't either. It's called just aiming right. But listen,
the skin covers the hole sometimes and splashes. Maybe you don't have that issue, but I do. Okay.
Listen, the whole point is that yes, I will have to try some of these games, but yeah, no, I like playing stuff. You know, we'll talk about scary games. I don't think it will, but who knows if this game grows. Fucking Devour, dude. Fucking Devour's good.
I need to watch your stream you did last night when I was playing Propagation.
Devour's
swell
really
time.
Good. And they keep adding shit. Like we had to find. There's cool fucking costumes, and obviously you have to win the game, which we don't. We only won one time, but there's also things like you have to pick. And the map, in each map there's 10 pumpkins hidden everywhere, and if you collect all
Easter eggs already,
yeah,
it's not even on PSVR 2 yet.
You get a robe, like a sick ass robe, just full of pumpkins and
Oh my god!
And then there's another character, like the fat guy, looks like Butterbeam. And he has a costume with a full-on pumpkin head with glowing eyes. Dude, it's fucking
Jesus,
sick.
I need to get that game. I need to get it on PSVR too.
Well,
but how
what game? What I missed?
Devour.
Devour. I know Devour. We're going with scary games.
But it still doesn't rank above Phasmophobia for you, does it?
It's different. It's different.
But
it's
if you had to pick one,
if I have to pick one, fuck, dude, I can't.
Damn, I thought that'd be an easier decision.
No. It's because it's different. Because like Phasmophobia it's different, scary. But what I don't like about Phasmo is we talked about this when the ghosts catch you, it's not scary. The first time, yeah, a little bit, but and you know, in Devour, the bitch comes out of nowhere and changes the screen and jumps at you.
Just drags you through the house like you're just flying through the house and she's carrying you around.
And then it grabs you like fucking caveman from your fucking hair and just drags you out the fucking head. There's just a lot of cool things that I like, but it's different because Phasmo is literally ghost hunting and the equipment is fucking cool. And this one is like you gotta sacrifice goats or you know you gotta do different things and find different keys, and it's just a different game. I honestly couldn't pick one. I would say either of them.
All right.
Really fun game.
All right. Okay.
Sometimes I prefer Devour, to be honest.
Damn. War Room says Knock was cool, played a small bit. And Decepticon says, I have after the fall and never played it. It's crossplay too, is it? We could get crossplay going. Co-op. Chairface says they would give us What the Bass and no squishies. Oh, and squishies, sorry. Can you even play squishies on PS4 too?
Good.
Don't think you can.
Squishies was good.
So you get What the Bass, and that's it.
Right, After the Fall is a 4-player co-op, right?
Yeah. It might have had a PvP mode as well, does it? I'm not too sure about that though. But mostly co-op. I think co-op is the main focus of that game. So yeah,
crossplay with other platforms. I'm not gonna say Meta, Quest, Steam, and all the picograms and shit.
The picograms.
So Pico, the Pico headset.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know it's called picogram though.
It's not. It's not, bitch.
All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room.
What?
Mark Zuckerberg's latest abomination has been unleashed upon the world to usher in a new age of darkness and
jealousy.
Across Ireland. What are you talking about? No jealousy whatsoever. But there's no avoiding us. You know, I mean, we're a PSVR 2 podcast, but all the news has been dominated by Quest 3. It's out. Apparently, like a lot of people are being delayed, so maybe a lot of people aren't getting it day one. But it is out there. People got their hands on it and reviewing it and all this kind of stuff. But I have some questions here about it in terms of PSVR 2. Do you think it's going to impact PSVR 2 in any way? Like, either will it hurt sales or will it like benefit PSVR 2 because, you know, more sales, more headsets, more people investing into VR, more ports, more possibilities and more games for us, etc., etc.
First of all, Sony better start like saying something because with everything being Quest 3 and everyone seems to be liking it a lot. Mm-hmm. So I mean, Sony's just sitting there with their thumbs up their ass, like just not even promoting theirs. So I don't know.
Do you remember
if they want to compete, they better start actually competing and, you know,
I don't know if they do. Like, do you think they see Quest 3 as a threat when it's like a standalone? It's more like a handheld than it is a console, if you know what I mean, if you compared it that way.
I guess, but I mean, a lot of people can only afford one or the other. So, like,
good point.
If they're not promoting theirs and saying, this is why you need a PlayStation VR 2, and everyone's talking about the Quest 3, they're going to buy a Quest 3, and then even if PlayStation VR starts hitting their stride and have lots of games coming out, it's already too late. No one's gonna. I mean, case in point, look at Decepticon. He has a Quest. He doesn't want to pay for a PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah, it's a gateway drug into abandoning PSVR.
There you go.
It's proven. We have examples of this in our own community. Like a festering effect it has, like the rot. The way it infiltrates the community and just rots it from the inside. I can tell you my opinion,
but you hit feelings.
No, go on. Let me hear your sponsored
I agree with Muzz. I agree with Muzz that Sony sucks, but I told you this from the beginning. You compare. I don't see them as competition because of the fact that they're not both standalone. They're not both attachments or whatever, peripherals or whatever. If you, and this is, I see it as myself, right? When I was back in the Xbox horrible days, I was bored of it and I wanted VR, right? VR would be fucking, you need $1,000 PC, $2,000, all that, and it was impossible. And my only option then was for me to get a PlayStation VR. Now, that was my only option. So what I did, I traded my Xbox, I got a PS4 Pro, and then I spent money and bought a PSVR 2. But if in those times you would have told me, I do that, or I just spend $300 and I get a standalone, which
you've just shown why they're in competition with each other. By the way,
they're not.
You've just shown us. You've just explained how they're in competition.
Because it doesn't even compete. Because I'm never gonna spend the money, the $500 in a PS5, and then another $500 in a headset. There's no competition. There's no competition for me.
You just said you got a PSVR 1 because you wanted VR. That was the cheapest way in. But if Quest was there at the time, you would have got that. That means the Quest And PSVR
There's
2,
no competition.
they're competing
Quest
for your
one-
money there. You would have went with one. You wouldn't have went.
well, if you want to say compete for money, of course. But what I'm saying is you can't even compare because nobody, unless somebody really wants Firewall or somebody really wants fucking GT5 Gran Turismo, nobody's gonna spend $1,000 to get into VR. So, in my opinion, it's such a gap that you can't compete. It's not even the same category. Like, yeah, they're both VR, but I get what you're saying. Like, oh yeah, they're both competing for my money, of course. But Meta's or fucking Quest is always gonna win for almost most people. So for me, that's not even a competition because most people are gonna buy the Quest.
Right, but where Sony absolutely 100% loses is the person that owns the PlayStation 5. They want to go buy Quest 3 instead of the PlayStation VR 2. That's where Sony loses.
Yeah, like
if that happens.
PSVR 2 is designed for like I resent when people say you got to spend 1,000 to play PSVR 2. It's aimed at people who already have a PS5. You know.
Yes.
So those people have to pay.
Sony's marketplace for VR is for PlayStation 5 owners.
Yeah.
They're not
more of a reason for me that doesn't even compete because there's a lot of
but that's
people
a better
that
reason.
You're talking about because we're talking about people that have video games already, people that have a PS5. On Quest, you're talking about fucking old people that have never seen VR and they see something cool and they want to buy it. People that want dude, everybody. There's the market for VR and Quest. It's a lot bigger than the PSVR because here you're only appealing to gamers and people that have a PS5, like you guys are saying. Quest is appealing to more people that are really maybe not even into games, but they want to fucking buy a Quest because they can do some silly shit. That's what I'm saying. So for me, it doesn't even compete.
No, it does. It's more of a mass audience, like a more mass appeal, obviously, than like PlayStation fans. That's clear.
Kids.
But you can't deny the fact that it's a scary thought for people that own a PlayStation 5 that don't have a PlayStation VR 2 if they decide to buy a Quest 3 instead of buying a PlayStation VR 2 because the marketing is better. It would be. Yeah. That's the whole point.
Right.
But that can happen though. Like if people don't see Sony saying this is what you have to look forward to with our headset, and Quest 3 is beating them to like all these ideas and stuff, and like I'm just gonna buy the Quest 3.
Hey,
I'll keep my PS.
Sony are doing their best to make that happen.
It seems like it. Like it's like they're scared to promote the damn thing. Like, oh, we can't do a state of play because we'll have so much negative backlash in our comments about us showing VR stuff. Like, go fuck yourselves. Just advertise your shit, man.
I feel like they're relying on other stuff. Like they're relying on the Quest and all these other things to get the VR going, and then of course we're gonna get the ports in PSVR 2. But I just feel like they've never done that, even with the PSVR 1. I mean, we know they fucking hate us, blogs, and they don't promote nothing. And they promote, no offense, it's just 1 or 2 minutes of fucking Beat Saber. And it's like, oh, that's it. I can just fucking cut some blocks in the air.
You don't have to say no offense. Don't say no offense. That's...
Okay, well, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them for that.
Saber. I hate that. It's overrated. Game's overrated. No.
LSB... Sorry, go ahead.
I agree, Muzz. Yeah, I agree with Muzz. That would be it. That would be fucking horrible. And like you said, they're not doing anything to help.
Like I wasn't a fan of that. I wasn't a fan of that conference at all. Like it wasn't for me. But they did more to promote their headset in that one, however long that show was, than Sony I think has done in the past like half a year.
Yeah, all they did for like when they announced the PSVR 2 was like blog post. And then when it got closer, it was like, here's a breakdown of how the hardware works, but that's not really exciting anyone except for us who are like really into it or whatever.
Yeah. They're not afraid to show like their excitement for their device where Sony is.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
That's what they win. LSB asked me what exactly do I hate about Quest headsets PP? I think haze is an exaggeration a little bit. I do ham it up a little bit for the lols and the bands, but my big issue with Quest is that it's popular, and because it's popular, all the developers, anyone with money, anyone who wants to invest in VR wants to get their game on the Quest, and that means these games are limited by this mobile hardware. So when we get the ports of these, we're not playing them to their full potential on our hardware because they have to be made with this inferior hardware in mind. No offense, I'm not trying to throw shade. It is literally inferior hardware. You can't deny it, like in terms of horsepower.
But will we even get those games? Because Sony doesn't promote it.
Well, yeah, that's the point as well. But, I feel like if... Sorry, Muzz, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, even as good as Quest 3 is from a step up from Quest 2, like they don't have the foveated rendering like capability.
they don't.
So
That's a
they,
real
they,
shame.
they can't play like the Gran Turismo, like full Gran Turismo in VR. I don't think they could. I don't know.
Which is like I don't have a problem. Like I see it as the Switch. It's like a Switch compared to a PS5. You know,
Yes.
if every
yes.
game was developed on Switch first, look at Mortal Kombat. Have you seen them port for that on Switch?
Yeah,
Imagine if every game
I
had to be
don't-
ported for that first
I
and then
don't
ported to
think-
PS5.
I think
Yeah,
Switch
it would be
versus
backwards. It would
PS5
be
is not a
backwards.
fair. It's not a fair
But
comparison.
it is
at
because
all.
one of them is hardware that's like really powerful, and the other one is a handheld standalone thing. I know you can dock the Switch as well.
Graphics-wise? You mean
In
graphics?
terms of
or you mean,
horsepower,
like,
in terms of like how like what
Right,
do you
right,
mean? What do you
horsepower,
think
yeah.
I'm what do you think I'm comparing? That's
I
unfair.
thought you meant like how it looks graphics wise, because I don't
no,
think.
but I
it's
mean,
that-
like,
that
listen, if
different.
you're making a game for your Switch, you're not going to be able to do as much as you would if you were making it just for a PS5.
no.
All right, so
Right,
we
but
both
will
agree
even
about
get
that.
the games,
We agree about
will we
that.
even get the games? Will we even get the games?
That's
Because nobody
well
supports
here
the PS,
before
because Sony
Quest.
doesn't
Before
support
Quest, it was all PSVR 1. I was like, oh shit, this headset sold 5 million, which is laughably low now because Quest has got like 20 million. But at the time, it was like leading. Quest came along with its, and it's the hardware that I have the issue with. If it was powerful and it was selling that much, I'd be happy. Or if PC viewer took off and was selling that much, I'd be happy because we'd be getting all these cool ports. Well, in theory, anyway, we should be getting some of them. But the way it is now, it's like the lowest common denominator is Quest, and that holds everyone else back.
Like I know Quest 3 can, Quest 3 could probably match like visuals for PlayStation VR 2 on a smaller scale game, but because they don't have the power of the PlayStation 5 running the headset and also lack of foveated rendering, they can't do like a Gran Turismo 7 or even like No Man's Sky. Like obviously No Man's Sky on PlayStation VR 2 is right now the absolute best way to play that in VR. Because it looks fantastic with the foveated rendering. Like wherever you look, it's like crystal clear now.
It's better than
And
PC.
you can't, and yeah, it's better than PC exactly
Right,
because
but
even PC doesn't have the foveated rendering. So
But I think the talks that we're having about is us that we are into it and we're really into VR and stuff. But the market in general, it's very niche still. I feel like VR is still very niche
yeah,
to a
100%.
point. And so now all these, I agree with you guys with all that it's holding the shit, and of course, and it's not going to have the same graphics or anything in a large scale, not even close. We know that, but I feel like people in general, like the people that are new because it's still new, they don't give a fuck about not having the most crisp graphics like that. They just want to get into the experience, and the Quest at this point looks pretty good for them to be like, okay, now if they get into the Quest and they're like, oh man, VR is awesome, they're like, wait, I can fucking drive a car and GT7. It looks way better. I'm gonna fucking save money and buy a PSVR 2. So there are things, but I just feel like it's just. I agree with you guys. This shit is holding us back. But the only thing is like, would these games even be available? Because developers won't even be interested on the PlayStation. They would probably go again and do PCVR instead, like we did back in the day. Remember PSVR 1? It was just like demos, experiences, and a few really good games. But PCVR was like way above, what everybody else. So I just don't know.
Yeah. I feel like the stream is lagging a bit, so hopefully it's not too choppy for the end. Just try and catch up on some comments. And the PS5 Slim also announced that yet. That's coming up as well. Mick spoiling every fucking topic we're doing. Mick, you rein it in. Rein it in, Mick. Sony Baloney says Decepticon, and that's a good counter argument. I can't deny it.
yeah, we can't argue against that. Sorry.
Is he being racist against old people?
He's got us. He's got us there. He's got us there.
Yeah, but it's sad. I mean, what the fuck are they not? It's like disrespectful on blog posts. Like, come on, man. Like, do something.
Well,
Oh yeah.
out of all this, you know who I'm most disappointed in?
Decepticon.
Other than him.
That's always.
who I'm most disappointed is just the vast majority of PlayStation owners and gamers, because why the hell are there so little people excited about VR?
Well, they're being brainwashed into thinking it's a gimmick. I mean, it's like I thought it was a gimmick before I tried it myself. I was like, I don't know. Like, I got it as a gift. It was given to me as a gift, so I don't know if I ever would have tried it with my own money.
What, the VR headset?
Yeah, because
Who gave you that? Go kiss him in the forehead right now. Who did that?
It was
partner, lady.
It was given me too.
Nice.
So
there you go.
GG.
And I put some babies in her as a return the favor. She gave me a life-changing gift. I gave her a few life-changing gifts as well.
yeah, I'm just sad that there's so many PlayStation gamers out there that just not even giving it a chance or just thinking it's a fad. And
But it's so hard to sell it, like
it is
in a video, you know, on 2D displays, and people have it in their head that it's just a fad or it's a 3D gimmick, like, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
And
really
it's like
hard to overcome that.
What is Sony supposed to do? Just like put out like thousands and thousands of headsets all like across the country and all these like demo kiosk things for people to go try, and I don't know.
I mean, they used to do that with consoles.
Good marketing, good fucking trailers, and put them everywhere. And
but
also,
you can't sell VR on a trailer. It just doesn't work. Like you can.
the Quest does it.
Yeah, but it's mainly word of mouth that will.
Yeah, you got to get
sell.
their favorite YouTubers, like the PewDiePies, the fucking big guys, get them on board. And
that's the sad thing. The mass majority of the big YouTubers are saying like, "Oh, my stupid paperweight over there, I never play it." Blah blah blah. So it's like if the majority of those big names are just always trashing it, then it's just going to be the cool thing to do. Is it is. It really is. So like. It's like I don't want VR to ever die, and I don't think it ever will because I think there's too much potential. But it's going to be slowed significantly in its development just because of all these assholes that just keep saying it's stupid.
Yeah. And
but
I don't like it.
It'll crack.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I feel like it's
like
good.
fast forward 10 years from now. Fast forward 10 years from now when we're playing like some advanced, awesome VR headset, and all these people like right now today that are saying VR stupid are going to be like, "Oh, this is the best thing in the world, man!"
I was there on the ground floor. I was there.
Yeah, I was there when it started, man. I love it. Yeah.
Jackpot, you were saying something there. You don't like something.
I don't like you.
Yeah, I know that, but you were going to say I don't like it, but and then.
No, I said I don't like. I agree with you guys. I don't like that the Quest is holding back, but overall, I think it's a positive thing because unfortunately, if Sony was doing what it needs to do, then fuck yeah, But they're not doing it, so I'm glad that Quest is getting popular and a lot of games are coming because that is what, in my opinion, gonna push things to become more mainstream and hopefully. Fucking PlayStation, Sony gets a little bit more love and more developers start putting the money because they know, okay, this fucking machine can do this badass games that no Quest game can do. So we're going to appeal to these people like Gran Turismo and all that. But I do agree with you guys, but overall, I'll take it, you know, because I think this is not going to hurt overall. I think this is going to help VR.
No, absolutely. If I actually had the money, I would be buying a Quest 3 just because I could afford it, and why not have both?
Yeah, you like VR,
I'm not against.
Why not?
Yeah, I like VR, and there's some things that I could do on that I can on PlayStation VR. Like, I know it's early with the whole augmented reality stuff, but I think that does have some cool potential.
I'm against the mixed reality stuff. I mean, it reminds me a bit like the Xbox. Remember, they're like TV, and this is like mixed reality and more and more and more. It's like no.
I think it has a very broad possibilities with it. It's not limited to what you're thinking of right now. Okay. Like I think it is.
Listen, I'm looking forward to seeing the evolution of it. Like, but right now the way it is, it's kind of like
give it a few years, and I think they'll like figure out ways to like utilize it really cool ways. But
like I'd like it for like if you had like glasses and you could have like displays going like your phone display over here. You're able to watch a video or something while you're walking down the street or some shit like that. I don't know. But as for like playing a little, like, do I want Demio in my kitchen table, or do I want to be in the world though? Not better to be immersed completely in the world? And just me personally, maybe that I'd prefer to be like, completely in the world, instead of having like a crusty sock in the background,
I agree.
Well, maybe you, of course, you can't stream. Maybe that's why you're against it because you will never stream it. But no, I think you're right. It's early, but like that, like fucking PlayStation doesn't do that. Like you can watch a fucking giant movie, in whatever your virtual space or just like right here. Like we don't have none of that on the PlayStation.
Like, the Quest completely mops the floor when it comes to like features, like not just outside of gaming, like just all kinds of features that you can do in Quest that are just like completely beyond PlayStation. So I'll give them the points there. Can't compete.
They actually have the working like movie theater where you can like sit with a bunch of friends like beside you and watch a movie.
Yeah,
that must be nice. Must be nice. Must be nice. Yeah.
Decepticon's a little bitch now, but he only if it's his disgusting pay-per-view STDs, he want us all to go to the movie theater and watch it together. But we used to watch the BKFC fights together and all. It's fun. That's fun, dude. That's really really fun times.
I wonder what he's
When
actually
a kid.
watching, because I have a feeling it's not actually STD porn. I'm not sure that it really exists.
Dude, no,
Tell
don't
me he
watch
wants
it.
to watch
I'm
porn
not.
with you. He wants to watch porn with you.
No, it's not porn. It's not.
That's a real bonding experience right there.
My fucking
I'm
brain.
only
just
going to
remembers.
share a big screen
It's
with
not-
you for watching
it's
porn,
not-
Jackpot.
It's not porn. It's worse than porn. It's just disgusting videos. It's like I don't even. It's just fuck my head. It's just like private parts full of fucking warts and shit and all kinds of shit. And he's just.
What's wrong with him? What is wrong with that man?
He
That's
thinks
why-
it's funny.
That's why you never. That's why you never follow Decepticon into a movie theater.
You know, some of the shit is funny, but it's too much for me. I really cannot eat before. I mean, after for a couple of days.
What are you doing to him, Decepticon? What are you doing to this poor innocent man?
We've only done it twice, and one time because Joe Rogan was in the show. But then after that, I really try to avoid watching those. Rough and Rowdy is good though. Rough and Rowdy is good to watch. But anyways,
Dan says stream sound is cutting in and out on me. I hope it's improved a bit since then. LSB with the loading symbol as well, not sounding good. Donnie is here. How you doing, Donnie? Chairface says bunch of flat gamer dafties. White or mad white Jamaican, how you doing? VR unfortunately is niche. Don't trash us, support us.
It's only niche because people are making it niche.
yeah.
There you go. Close-minded people. Although I can't blame anyone who gets motion sick from VR. You know, so you can't expect them to.
I can get over that shit. Suck it up. So suck it
Yeah,
up. Suck it up and
time, but
play,
yeah.
play small segments at a time. You'll get through it. Don't be a bitch. Play the fucking.
I put my
Yeah, play sitting down first, maybe or something. Put all the fucking vignettes and all that garbage.
You play for 10, 15 minutes. Oh, my tummy's sir. Take a VR headset off. Take a break, then put it back on. Play a little bit longer. If you start feeling sick, you take it off again, and then eventually you'll get over it.
I put Emer in Horizon for like half an hour, and she was sick for the whole day. And she went to bed early. She was like, no, and she'll never try it again now. I wish I
What's
picked a
the
different game.
what's the game that got you the most sick?
Did she play past getting sick though? Because you're not supposed
No,
to
of course
play
not.
like.
But she, like, I only wanted her to try it out. I was like, oh, Horizon will be the
Yeah.
one to show off. It'll be cool. She could shoot a bow and arrow and stuff. And she's like, no, I'm sick. So,
Sure, but the Job Simulator or something like that.
uh,
Good dog,
yeah.
bad dog.
Good dog, bad dog. Iconic classic. But yeah, you asked what's the one the only one that's ever gotten me sick?
Worst.
Well, actually, two of them. Ultra Wings on PSVR 1.
Really?
That one made me queasy a bit. But the worst one was Torn Cards. Remember that? I was like, I had chicken legs
wait
before
for my
that,
$20.
and then
Yeah.
I played that. I was like, oh god, that don't feel good. I got like sweats, got the chicken sweats out.
Chicken tendies. The chicken tendies.
I love that. Remember he made the fucking trailer out of my gameplay stream that time?
They did, yeah.
Put it up, and I was like, I was swearing, I was calling you all fucking bitches.
They did, yeah.
he
Fuck,
left it all
that's why I
in.
liked them
He
because they
left
just
it
put
all
all
in.
that. I was like, oh yeah. How
Uh,
about you, Muzz?
How about me? What?
did you ever get sick
Any
with that?
game like the worst game that was made you sick in VR?
The only game that ever made me feel sick was Drive Club, and it was only the one course where you go up the hill and then go like down. When I did that for the first time, I had a bit of like, like.
And did you
but-
try it again, or did you like never go back?
No, I kept playing it. Of course, I kept
You
playing it.
got,
I'm
you got
not a
through
bitch.
it? Like that was the only
Yeah.
one that happened once? Okay.
No, and then eventually, like I just that felt weird. I took the headset off and I was just like, okay, I'm feeling like a little weird right now. So I just went back and I played it. I just went a little slower, like up the thing, and then eventually it's just fine. After playing it, going around the lap a few times, you get through it.
What about you, Jackpot?
No, just that the racing one, the weird one. What was it called? Like the futuristic racing.
Wipeout?
Wipeout. That one, like, it fucked me up really good. I played again and it was fine after a while. But yeah, the first time, I literally couldn't, like, not even a minute because it was so fast and I was the first, like, new to VR.
Mm.
Fucked me up. Other than
And
that,
I
the
don't-
boxing game.
I don't
Sorry,
think
go
I don't think I would have got motion sickness if I was playing like Gran Turismo back then, because I think the main part of it was the frame rate was lower on what like way lower than Gran Turismo 7 is for the frame rate. So I think that was a partial problem with me doing the racing games.
Resolution was fucked as well.
Yeah, it wasn't as clear either. So all that added up probably just to like going up and down hills, just kind of like doesn't feel right. But it was also like my brain wasn't like, when you play those kind of games, your brain has to adjust to like, okay, you're moving and you're like going at fast speeds, but your body's not reacting properly to like these movements. So your body's natural instinct is like to not feel right, because like you're going around fast, sharp turns, but your body's like your body's staying still. Yeah, you don't feel like the momentum going with you. So that's why you need to like get through that, where your brain's like, okay, I understand what's happening now. It doesn't affect you anymore. But some people it affects longer than others. Obviously, I'm not saying everyone's gonna like get through it in like a day or anything, but you can eventually do it, because I've heard other people saying like their spouses and stuff played VR and they got massively sick, but they were determined to get through it, and then eventually, little by little, they would start feeling sick. They would take the headset off immediately, give it a break, go back to it, play a little bit longer, and then take the headset off. After doing that for so long, now they're like hardcore VR players.
The problem is finding people determined enough to go through that. Like that's
I know that's not like an easy thing to sell. Like,
no, not at all.
Feel sick for about a month, then you're gonna love this thing.
Wait, pay nearly $600. Get sick for a month, and then wait for the good games. They're gonna come eventually.
It's gonna be all worth it. Trust me. Trust me.
Dan says Triple D said she would buy me a Quest 3 if I agreed to ignore her all the time. Ignore her all the time.
That seems like a win-win, Chop. What do you? I mean,
You gotta leave her alone. Gotta get your hands off her. Is that it, Dan?
Oh, that's not good then.
That's not good at all. Chairface wants to play Bomberman on the kitchen table. Fair enough.
Yeah, dude, I think that sounds awesome. Anyways.
Decepticon says it's Tom Segura's PPV event. It goes from mild clips to just horrible shit by the end. I will never forget that anal awards LSP. He has funny guests that watch as well. It's hilarious. I don't know. It sounds like it's traumatic for poor Jackpot over here.
I mean, if you're into STDs and all kinds of stuff like that, there was a lady.
He's all into that body horror stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of like body horror, because there was a lady putting a legit, and I don't mean like a butter knife, like a knife inside of her private part. And I don't even know.
Welcome back to the Touching Tips PSVR 2 podcast.
Listen, you asked about it. Yeah, Decepticon is the pervs. How much you got pervs in your fucking your subscribers?
Donnie says Wipeout funks me too the first time. You both had Wipeout issues. I thought Wipeout was amazing in VR. So did I. It was amazing. It is
cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was fucking cool. Yeah, but
it needs to be on PSVR 2. It's crazy that it's not. I'm not going to read out any more of these incidents from Decepticon's personal collection of videos.
Some of them are funny though, but yeah, it gets bad.
So I think we can all probably agree that the Quest 3 coming out is good in general for VR. You know, we want these headsets, at least one headset, to be making Here's a question: will it do better than Quest 2? Do you think?
Yes.
So, how much did Quest 2 sell? 20 million, or is that including Quest 1 as well?
Probably just a 2, but I think the more time, the more popular, the more headsets are gonna sell, the more technologists. I think the more the time goes by, the better for everybody. You know, obviously for us as Sony, but yeah, I think, dude, I think this shit is gonna fucking sell a lot.
Okay.
And it depends on the economy. If the economy gets better, this shit is even gonna be flying off the shelves even more.
Yeah. As we approach World War III again.
I know. So if we're still alive next year, we'll talk about it.
Decepticon says that's the point to gross you out, so you stop, and guess what? They both watched the whole thing a couple of times. You watched it a couple of times, Jackpot? Came back for some seconds.
It's
sloppy seconds.
2 times or 3 times. Yeah, unfortunately.
I got hooked.
You know, he's telling me, he's like,
no, it's gross. No, I can't watch anymore.
You have to watch it through the artistic layer.
My stomach literally is turned for more than 24 hours after watching it. And some of them I can't. I don't even watch. I just turn around. But then you glimpse because you have to.
Yeah, good stuff.
And it's bad.
Do you
Nice
though?
little glimpse.
Do you have to?
You just hear the noises going.
I don't must, but in my curiosity, because they don't say what's happening. You're like, and you're like, fuck, and then you look a little bit, and then it's just people.
And then you
pooping
start
in
getting
people's
into it.
chests
Then you
and
start
stuff.
getting into it.
No,
All of a sudden
no,
you're looking
dude,
down.
I
It's like, whoa,
refuse.
what's going on down here? Donnie says,
Yeah.
yes, it will do better just for the business aspects of it. I suppose, yeah, it's got a lot of stuff going on outside of games, including, you got your PowerPoint you can run on. You can do your Excel word sheets in there.
Nobody uses that.
Killer
shit.
exclusives. Killer exclusives. Microsoft Word is in there too.
You can send out all your awesome stickers. You can send out all your awesome
your AI
stickers.
stickers. I
Hey,
forgot about
the AI
stickers.
Forget
stuff.
about
The
your-
AI stuff is cool though.
That is. It is. There's some cool ideas there.
The AI stuff that they bring out, like when we talk about the games,
Yeah,
the NPCs.
Snoop
Oh,
Dogg's
wait for
gonna
that.
be guiding you through the games and stuff.
No, I mean AI like
We
the
want a
mob.
magical
Hey,
quest
Jack
with Snoop
Dogg.
Dogg.
Light up another
That'd be
bowl,
cool, though.
homie.
Maybe like Snoop Dogg create a fucking quest about us finding like the dankiest of the weeds.
Do you think you could talk to him freely about marijuana, like it wouldn't be censored?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question, but I
I
hope
don't
not.
think
What's
I
the
don't
point
think they
in
can
having
censor.
him?
I don't think they could censor AI. I don't think they could do that.
Oh, they can. Like you can censor
They do,
ChatGPT.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
try
I
to I
suppose.
try I try to
Yeah.
say some fucked up shit about pumpkins sometimes, and it's
Bet
like
you do.
I
I
no,
bet you do.
I'm not I don't like a lot of the just not even fucked up shit, just like a lot of the jokes are like it just wasn't stereotypical jokes. It won't do many, unfortunately.
Decepticon says Decepticon's really trying hard to defend. He's like, no, you don't understand. It's funny. It's funny. It's good.
I totally.
Okay, Decepticon. Okay.
I'm not a weirdo.
Sure.
I swear, I'm not a freak. I'm not a pervert freak. Anyway, next topic.
Please.
Phasmophobia. Again, another one that's not really a topic, but I want to talk about it because we're a third.
You're desperate. You're
I'm desperate.
desperate.
This is my most anticipated PSVR 2 game, hands down. Even more than Resident Evil 4, if I'm being honest. I want this more than any of the other.
It's
I
because it's
hope
PS4
multiplayer.
you don't
It's
get
because
this-
it's
it's the multiplayer.
multiplayer. That's the only reason.
It's
yeah.
the hundreds of hours of potential that you could put into it. Like,
Yeah.
I really want this. And it's coming out this month, but we're already 12 days down and we don't know when yet. We still don't know when. So there is that little lingering, doubt that gets bigger every day. It's like, is it going to get delayed again? And that gets bigger every time a day goes past and they haven't announced anything,
I feel like it will.
They did say, you feel like it will get delayed?
Yeah,
Oh, don't say that.
I
you
do.
fucking bitch.
Unfortunately,
Don't you fucking
they're
say
not
that, you
talking
bitch.
about it.
But they don't talk about anything though. They go quiet for ages. Like apparently there's a
Because they
Halloween
haven't,
event.
because they're not gonna bring it out. Because they're not gonna bring out the fucking game.
There's
That's
a
why they're
Halloween
quiet.
event every year, and I'm in the Discord because I'm always looking every day to see what they're announcing. And everyone in the chat is like, "When is the Halloween event coming out? When are they going to talk about it?" So we're getting closer and closer. So they don't talk about anything.
Because they don't have anything to talk about. Because they're not gonna be like, "Hey guys, we're still working on it." They're gonna be like, "Sorry." Like a week before, they're gonna be like, "You know what, guys? Unfortunately, blah blah blah. We made the decision. The game needs to be better. It's gonna be delayed another early
No,
2024."
it won't. They said it's coming. Well, we do know the week it's coming. They said it's coming the week leading up to Halloween. That's what they said when they delayed it last time. All right, so that puts us between the 24th and the 27th. All right, depending on how you count the week leading up to, because Halloween is falling on a Tuesday this year. So do they mean the entire of the previous week, or do they mean 7 days before the 20 or the 31st? Because I don't know. And then you can rule out the weekend as well, because they're not going to release a game on the weekend. So that rules out a couple of dates.
I would say leading up to Halloween would be all the way up until October 30th, because October 31st is Halloween.
Yeah.
So
it can't be
anything
that
up
day.
until-
So,
yeah.
but the week leading up to that. So will you include the previous Monday, or do you go from the Tuesday? Because Halloween is on a Tuesday.
Did they say it's a week leading up to?
They said in the week leading up to Halloween.
In the week leading up to. So
Yeah.
yeah, it would be 7 days.
gonna be-
7 days before October 31st. Then.
It's gonna be on Tuesday. Don't they release games on Tuesdays? Probably
That's
Tuesday the
not-
24th.
They can release them on Thursday. Like Project Wingman come out on the Thursday.
Yeah, well,
games
Tuesday
come out
or
Wednesdays
Thursday
too as well.
that week.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday usually.
I think it's gonna get delayed, but if it does, probably then.
It better not get delayed. But how's have you played the PC version recently?
Yeah.
And how is it now? Like, what kind of state is it in since the big update? You know, that had like a lot of shit to fix apparently.
They fixed a lot. Ask P because he knows about. But we played it again not too long ago, and they fixed it from the first time they did the update. There was a lot of issues. They did a lot of updates, and it's good, dude.
It's pretty smooth. Like, you're not running into issues and shit a lot.
No, it's running. At least on the PC, it's running. I think we asked Decepticon LSB, but even for them, I think it was running. It was running nice and smooth, dude.
Okay.
That's nice.
That's good. That's promising. You know, that sounds good for the console release.
Yeah, I'm just really worried about the whole audio stuff. I'm glad there's other games that the voice recognition. I'm glad there's other games that I think we talked about last time that they were doing that and they fixed it, so that gives me hope. But I just man, I really hope that they don't release the game without that.
I think they will, but I'm hopeful that a patch will come along. Like once it's out, because the good thing about this is it's not just VR users this is affecting. Because this is a flat game as well. So once the flat PlayStation gamers play this and they're like, hold on a sec, why doesn't voice recognition work for us? Then they'll kick up enough as a stink. Because by ourselves, we wouldn't be able to kick up enough, you know? We're too small. You know,
why the fuck we have this? This should be, you know, already we don't have to all bitch about it.
I know. But like, listen, they've run into a technical issue that they themselves probably didn't anticipate, you know?
If one developer that I like out of everybody, sorry, First Contact, you're my second, maybe. These fucking developers, man, they're fucking cool.
Classic games.
They're not a lot of people. They are my favorite developer, I would say.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Donnie says, sorry, go on, Muzz.
I was just gonna say the best VR developer out there is hands down Capcom, but yeah,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say Capcom as well. Yeah, maybe.
Well,
maybe No Man's Sky.
Specific, I forgot the name, but
Hello Games, Hello Games. They jumped up there for me for sure.
Good dog, bad dog. Developers.
It's up there between First Contact and Capcom for me as well. But
just
with
like
Ultra's
how
issues,
people have done their games, like the way that they respond to the community, the way that the game has grown.
Why won't they tell me? Why won't they tell me when the console version is coming out then?
Because Sony is involved now, bitch.
No, it's got nothing to do with Sony.
Remember what we
It's got
talked
nothing to do
about?
with
Sony are little bitches.
No,
Don't even let Firewall do betas.
No, it's nothing to do with Sony.
Whatever. Muzz, what is it? What's going on then? Why are they not saying anything? Because
it's not the same as Firewall, because Firewall is a Sony property.
Yes.
Phasmo's not, so they don't have.
And it's coming on Xbox on the same day.
I think these developers are just the quiet types, and they just like to just launch their games whenever they want to, and they don't need to announce stuff. I guess
it's a tiny team, so they're probably like buried in work constantly, and it's like when they're ready to say something, they'll say something, and they'll just keep their heads down otherwise. Which is good because they're working on the game, but it's frustrating for me. Even though it wouldn't change anything. I mean, I'm going to wait the same amount of time either way.
I mean, would it be better for them to like say, "Oh yeah, it's coming out on this date," and then not hit that date? Then everyone's disappointed.
Yeah.
So that's why they're not saying anything, because they're not. There's nothing.
Well, they've already said they've already given us the specific week it's coming out.
Right. So there's nothing else for them to say. You know.
But that was 2 months ago though. Now 6 weeks ago. So now there's only 2 weeks left. There's only 2 weeks left before we start hitting the time zone they're talking about. So now is like the time to start maybe saying, okay, it's coming this specific days, or maybe let us pre-orders or something like that.
Unless it's delayed.
It's not delayed. Don't say that, you bitch. Don't you say it.
I hope not. Trust me, dude. This game we've been waiting for what? Well, you bitch. I've been playing it, but
3 years. How long has it been out? Since 2020, I think it released first. And I've wanted it ever since I've seen it. As janky as it fucking is.
Better. No, it's not as janky anymore. It keeps getting better.
With
all the things that you can get.
It's losing its jank. It's losing its jank.
Okay, well, if you want to be janky, like what other game?
But the jank doesn't put me off. The jank doesn't put me off. I'm not trying to shit talk us for the jank. But I'm just saying, despite the jank, it's still my most anticipated fucking game. You know.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say it releases on the 30th. That's my guess.
No.
Damn, a day before.
Way. I'm gonna say either the 24th or the 26th, which is the Tuesday or Thursday before Halloween.
I think they're going right the day before Halloween to drop their game.
No.
Early 2024.
Lies. Early 2024. You shut your mouth. You shut your whore mouth. Put some holy water in there and wash it out. Let me catch up on some comments. LSB says, what's crazy about Phasmo is you can play it flat too, and we can play with flat people. So I'm planning on getting my cousin in as well for some streams. He plays on Xbox, so he'll be able to play with us as well. That'll be cool. Donnie says, exactly, so many people play it flat. I see more flat streamers than I do VR. Yeah, way more, like completely dwarf. They completely dwarf the VR player base.
They don't know what they're missing. They don't know what they're missing.
And Decepticon says VR was running good last time we played, and they fixed all the VR problems that were going on, which is good to hear. They water their flowers, so the Decepticon, I like that. It's much more polished now than it was before, for sure, says LSB.
Yeah.
And I've caught up. Germ saying Phasmo Schmazmo. Germ, get in. This is like a deep game, you know. Phasmophobia is deep. I've been watching like a streamer. He's like probably the biggest Phasmophobia streamer. He got every one of his videos is like 100 and something views, 100 something thousand views, and it's like he goes into explaining the details of every single ghost, and it's over an hour long because each ghost has like a bunch of things they're listed in the book, and then there's a bunch of secret stuff that's never listed, and to like correctly identify the certain ghost, it's like, oh, when he's hunting you, he'll flicker, but if he flickers for longer than a second, it's this type of ghost. So there's like a million things you have to remember and balance and all this kind of stuff to get good at it. So it's in depth, you know. It's not just a spooky game. There's a lot to it, I think, and Jackpot would know. He's played it. But yeah, I put a question here. Do you think we'll have the date by the time the next Touch and Tips come next Wednesday?
If we, what's the date of that? What's the date for the next?
That will be the 19th of October.
No, I mean we hopefully we will, but if we don't, it's still going to launch on the 30th. So.
All right. Okay.
Hi, why does your internet suck?
No, it's not my internet.
Mine?
It's my laptop. It is my laptop overheating. Maybe I've got something else running in the background that I'm not aware of. That's hogging some resources. What is this green?
Yeah, you got all those websites open that Decepticon was talking about, don't you? Watching all those videos.
Shouldn't be. Sometimes it just runs slow. I don't know why. Nothing else I can do about that. Okay, so that's all I want to say about Phasmophobia. Hurry the fuck up with that release date and do not delay it, or else. So how about that PS5 Slim?
Who cares? Next topic.
Yeah, kind of. Jackpot, anything you want to say about this? Is he frozen? I think he's frozen.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Just,
there,
he's back.
he's on frozen. He's on frozen.
This is a staring competition.
Your connection is horrible.
No, that was all you. That was all
Thank
you.
God you were muted for a couple minutes.
I asked you what you thought about the PlayStation 5 Slim. The Slim Jim, they're calling it on the streets.
I mean, it's cool, but I already have one. But I mean, if I didn't have one, I would obviously buy this one. But I'll probably buy the one with the... It's only $50 difference. And if you buy it separate, what is it, like $100 or $80 difference with the disc?
Yeah, I've got some stats here if you want. So it's smaller, it's lighter. There's a digital version. The price has been increased for the digital version, but both consoles now have 1 terabyte instead of 825 or whatever it used to be.
And you can upgrade the non-disc drive one. You can buy the disc drive separately, which is pretty cool.
So that if you want to buy that separately, it's $80 or €120. That's fucked up. How is there so much of a difference between the prices? That doesn't happen with it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up.
Because they hate Europeans.
They do. And 99 sterling if you care about that. The vertical stand, which was included with every PS5, is now something you have to buy separately for $30. That's why you got to buy that. Early adopters win again. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, wait until the fucking 3 years in and then buy that one. Oh, you're so stupid for buying a PS5 day one, idiot."
You sound just like everybody else. You sound just like everybody else. That was the best impression of everybody else I've ever heard.
Thank you very much. But yeah, I got a free stand, bitch. Who's laughing now?
Free stand. Lucky you.
In the box, included. Although there is a horizontal stand. It's a weird looking plastic peg thing that if you want to put it horizontal, that comes in the box. But it just looks like a tiny little thing. But if you want to stand it vertical, nope.
They did kind of stick it to Xbox a little bit there because Xbox had that leak come out for their Slim system or whatever, or their next thing is that they're releasing for Xbox, and it was all digital only. They were getting rid of the disc drives, so Sony's like, yeah, we're gonna still have a disc drive, and we're gonna make it available to buy separately for people that buy the the digital version that want the disc version down the road, you can buy it and add it on. So that's nice that they are sticking with the physical copies and not just going digital.
But they've also said as well, when the current stock runs out of the current PS5s we have, you'll only be able to buy these versions. So people are kind of a bit worried about the side plates. You know, the custom ones you could get, they're obviously not going to fit this anymore because this one has like 4 separate side plates instead of just the 2 on the.
And it's a lot smaller.
OG.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Good point as well. So they'll have to start doing like different limited edition ones for this as well to get it to work.
Yeah.
Let me try and catch up. Decepticon says Jackpot just goes in the house yelling the name. He don't care about those ghosts. But yeah, he's playing checkers. But you can play chess, is what I'm saying, Jerm.
Listen, I play 4D chess. I told you can tell the ghosts.
You play 1D checkers. All right, there's one square. And there's
I made a pact with one of the ghosts. If she will spare me, I'll gift them all the bodies, and they did.
You die every time. You die every time.
I didn't. It went past me on purpose and went and fucked the Decepticon up, and I was free.
Jerm says, "Wake me for PS5 Pro. Maybe we can do away with reprojection." Wasn't there like a patent months ago that Sony were working on some kind of software thing to fix reprojection? I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but maybe it's not a horsepower thing. Maybe it is something they can just patch out.
Software, yeah, maybe.
Sorry again about the fucking stuttery effects going on. Killer Sam says PS5 is a luxury item, so conversion rates in Australia is crazy.
Yeah.
But people say that normally about conversion rates, but then it's like, oh, well, you earn way more money than we do, so like it balances out that way. Or like, so I used to be like, damn, Americans get off easy with the prices they have, but then I learn, oh, it never includes their taxes, so that when they bring it to the checkout, there's like a fucking bonus tax that comes out of nowhere, and that equals it out that way. Whereas over here, the tax price is always included with the initial price, if you know what I mean. But that is excessive. Like, that's like a $60 difference, which is that's too much.
But it happens everywhere. Like in well, actually, I don't know. I want to check the prices of Mexico, but I know Mexico. Like, if you want to send something over there, like a TV or something, it's fucking way more expensive to buy a TV over there than what it costs here in the U.S. It's just fucking crazy, dude. Once you cross something at the border, the fucking rules go up the window, and they just have their own shit.
All their taxes, Grease the wheels. Importance is now we can play the 2 AAA VR games we have in a smaller space. Damn important, coming in hot with his incorrect AAA takes. We've got at least 3. There's at least 3. Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil 8, Horizon Call of the Mountain. I don't care what you say, it's a AAA game.
There's another point I wanted to make about the Quest 3 launch. How come Quest 3 is not getting all the backlash that PlayStation's been getting for the VR2?
Amen.
With the lack of games, because like everyone's hooting and hollering about this, and the Quest 3 is no one's batting an eye that they don't have one big AAA game out for it at launch. They have backwards compatibility, which is all fine, but you're still playing just the old Quest 2 games. And they have Assassin's Creed coming out in November, and then they have that Asgard's Wrath, Asgard's Wrath
downgraded sequel to the original.
And that comes out later in the year too. So like, why is everybody not bitching about that?
Because the Quest 3 is not marketed not only a gaming.
But we're talking about games. We're talking about the games.
I know.
It's still a game is still a big part of it.
I guarantee you it's not as much of a fuzz because of that, but I guarantee you that gamers do complain. Not as much as they should, but they do complain about not having
well, here's my thing on that. I don't know if you saw, did you guys watch the IGN guy reviewing the Quest 3?
All I saw was got 9 out of 10. That's all I saw.
He gave it a 9 out of 10, which they gave whoever reviewed the PlayStation VR 2, they gave a 9 out of 10 to that too. But right from the get-go, they were saying like, oh, there's not quite enough games for it because they had just kept harping about like the non-backwards compatibility or something. But they're always like right from the get-go, like there's not enough games. Hopefully they'll make more games for it. And that's just always the persistent thing about when they talk about the PlayStation VR 2. Where's all the games? There's not enough games. So if you watch that review of the guy doing the Quest 3. He's saying all these good things about it. Oh, it's so good at this and this and this. And then when he gets to the game part, oh, it's so awesome. It's backwards compatible with like all your catalog of games. So like you can play all the Quest 2 games. It's no problem. You don't lose any of your game library. And I know it's a little bit low on the, big titles right now, but don't worry, they're coming. That's how they respond to it.
Don't worry, it's
coming. Don't worry. There's big titles coming out for
there you
it.
go.
Is the PSVR? I think the problem with it is the PSVR didn't have. Well, it had a fuckload of games out that were backwards compatible. I don't think they treat it like you say. It's not. They don't put it, unfortunately, at the same standards. I feel like the PlayStation 2 is just more like, let's just fucking blow it more out of a proportion. And I feel like because there's fucking haters out there, not haters, whatever, but people like mainstream big VR people, like you say, they just shit on it. Not being realistic, like, that shit is just sitting there. There's no games. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
and then if you ask them, what if you played on it? Oh, I tried Horizon Call of the Mountain when it first came out, and I played 2 other games. At launch. Okay,
it's just
awesome.
Not the same
so
standard,
you know all about this VR headset, so you have.
But it's always
when that it's trash.
When it's PSVR 2, it's like, it has a lot of games, but these are all Quest 2 ports. And when it's Quest 3, it's like, look at all these Quest 2 ports. Look at all these Quest 2 ports you can play. It's so cool.
You can play all your library for Quest 2.
I think it's because also people expect, like you said, if you expect to pay $600 and have the power of the PS5, I think people unfairly put more expectations on the PSVR 2. I feel like that's why. And also unfairness, right? Because we all know the fucking people shit on the PSVR way too much when in reality it's not like that. But like you say, it's just not, people don't treat it the same way, which is unfortunate.
And by the way, this is something that never gets brought up as well, but at least from my Twitter feed, from what I'm seeing with all these people getting their Quest 3s, it's like, it's really good, I'm enjoying this, whatever, but the strap is like really shit, and I can't wait to get my Bobo. Like, everyone's like, I want to get this Bobo thing, and that's like another $70 or something. That's never taken into account. It's like, obviously you don't need this, but in a way you do need it, so if you don't want like a sore face every time you play this. But that brings the prices. That brings the prices more in line with each other with the PSVR 2 when you add on that $70. It's not much of a difference.
But I don't think it's necessary.
It's not necessary. Obviously, it still works, but at the same time, everyone's like, you kind of need it.
I don't know. People say that about the Quest 2 as well. I definitely like, after going back in the day, PSVR 1 headset, even PSVR 2, it's way more fucking comfortable, and that is huge. But I think it also depends on each person. But yeah, dude, that is fucking. You can't play more. Some people can't play more than an hour, 2 hours, because it's uncomfortable when you get a headache. So you have to buy another $70 for the strap.
And the battery, and the battery is gonna die on you, so you can only play so long anyway.
The battery sucks. They did an update, and people say this is not true. Decepticon can attest to this. My battery on my Quest 2.
I saw you playing.
1 hour.
I saw you playing yesterday, and you said, "Oh, what the hell? I've only been playing an hour. Why is my headset dying?"
It's fucking ridiculous. I feel like they purposely fuck with your battery. So it's like, you better buy a Quest 3 now. And it's not just me. Decepticon's battery has lowered a lot. Dan said his battery was at 70%, and we have the same headset. So there's something fried with the battery. I don't fucking know what it did, but it's dumb.
It was after you did an update?
That's what but Decepticon is fucking full of shit. But Decepticon says
conspiracy theory land.
That according to him, when he did the update, that's when him and a lot of people, his battery started to get the fuck. Mine has been like a year.
Did Deadeye do the update?
Of course, that's what Decepticon is full of shit.
Okay, well there you go.
Right, but it has to be something, because I'm not the only one that has problems. There's Reddit posts about their battery just starts draining too quick. Because I know, man, if you have the fucking headset for 10 years, I mean, fuck, man, the battery's gonna last. But it shouldn't die. So that, not only the battery overall is not gonna last because you don't have a wire connected, but they do get fucked, dude. At least the Quest 2, and hopefully the Quest 3 does not happen. Because Tasuka's like, why would you upgrade? I was like, for me, because I want to play more than an hour, and it's a pain in the ass having to have the other battery thing, and it's just like, what the fuck,
You
It is a
can't buy
premium.
replacement batteries for those things. You can't buy like new batteries that you put on.
No.
Okay.
You just have to get those packs.
Just buy another headset.
External.
Just buy another headset. Don't worry about it.
No, the batteries are not expensive, but it's like, why the fuck would I
Yeah.
need to buy? Listen, if it lasts 3-4 hours for me, that's fine. But why is the battery for most of the headsets, a lot of headsets, draining and only lasting an hour and 2 hours? Like, I shouldn't have to
Yeah.
spend another $40. I shouldn't have to spend another $70 on a strap because the strap is not as comfortable for most people. Like, this are the type of shit, like you guys say, it's just
It adds
it's
up.
gonna
It
be-
adds. It all adds
Oh,
up,
yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
losing that kind of battery power is acceptable if you own it for like, 5 to 7 years and
Yep.
you've been playing it nonstop. Then it's gonna lose charge over time. But you didn't have it for that long.
Nah, dude,
Kinda.
no, and I haven't done anything like, oh, I fucked it up. I literally just been doing, just charging it, plugging it in after it's done. So it's just a shit battery, I guess. It's just, I don't know. So
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't happen with the Quest 3 because an hour is just an insult.
Dan,
Yeah, that's
sorry, go on, Mos.
no. What were you gonna say,
Just gonna
Dan?
read out Dan's comment. He says
yeah.
he heard that the PS5 Pro has been announced and that it's powerful enough to not need reprojection. If that was true, Dan, we'd be talking about that right now instead of this fucking shitty slim PS5. Like maybe there's a patent or something like that this person's talking about. But
Yeah,
I
where
promise
did you
it's not
see
been
this?
announced. It
Where-
has not been announced. It's not to say it won't come.
I heard someone say. Okay, so you
Well,
didn't.
he said the name TCM Games Official
okay.
or whatever
Yeah.
YouTuber. Decepticon says there's a new Valve headset coming as well. I hope that's true as well. But what are they going like? People give Sony shit for not supporting their fucking hardware, but Valve did Half-Life Alyx and nothing else. Are they going to go all in properly? Like, what are they? I
Yeah,
just feel like if they did a
exactly.
few more Half-Lives or like added Portal in there, I know there's mods and stuff as well, but if they backed us, they could move a considerable amount of
I
headsets.
swear, I still stand by it that those guys have so much money that they just had a little niche project just for themselves because they wanted to they wanted to make a cool Half-Life game for the so they can play it themselves.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so other people can buy it if they want to, but I
we're
mean,
done now.
we just want to we just want to see we just want to see how cool this game could be if we made it in VR, and now we're done. So that's it.
Possible.
I agree 100%. Look at the Steam Deck. Same thing. They did the Steam Deck, and fucking Steam Deck is fucking awesome if you want to buy one. But I feel like it's the same. They're not, if they do this VR thing console, they're not going to,
Back it
bump
up.
a lot of fucking games, and I don't see it happening. They don't get, like you said, Musk. It probably is just like fun projects, right? Like fucking Elon Musk. Oh, let me build a fucking flamethrower now. Cool. Okay.
What if I could dig a tunnel?
Fucking China.
Germ says low expectations for cell phone hardware. Its real appeal is as a PC headset for me, but I'm not sure appealing enough. Yeah, listen, I definitely understand if you got that Airlink or whatever, then yeah. But then it becomes a PC viewer headset, and that's not really the same thing.
Discussion, yeah.
Important says you gotta realize that casual, non-enthusiast folk only consider AAA games as real games. But they're out there. Like, how many casuals are playing fucking Among Us? Roblox. I would consider Fortnite when that launched. I wouldn't have said that was a AAA game either, more like a AA. But maybe it probably was because it was Epic Games. But it could have passed as a AA at the time before it expanded into the monster it is today. Decepticon says it was update 45 or 47. It fucked up a lot of shit, and since then the battery has been shit.
Yep.
So there
Conspiracies.
you go. There you go. And Important says
So-
dicepticon. Conductivity of battery electricity. It's all adding up. Sorry, go on, Mos.
So from Important's point of view, where casuals, non-enthusiast folk only consider AAA games as the real games, then PlayStation VR 2 should be like owning that market because they have more AAA big games than Quest 3.
Well, their AAAs. What could you consider anything on the Quest AAA? I mean,
Well,
put it
Assassin's
through
Creed.
console standards, Assassin's Creed, yeah, but that's not out yet. But like,
Yeah, no, but I
that
mean,
would be
yeah,
up
that's
there.
what I
That
mean.
would be up there.
Like, so are you saying that the casuals are going to want to play PlayStation VR 2 more?
Well,
Or-
Important here is saying that they have 2 AAA games. That he's saying PlayStation only has 2 AAA games. He refuses to acknowledge horror games as AAA.
So he thinks Gran Turismo 7 and Horizon.
Horizon, I assume. But obviously
not Resident Evil 8. Resident Evil 8,
the best AAA that you can get on.
That is the epitome of AAA. So those three.
Maybe No Man's Sky is at the point now where you call us a AAA. I don't know.
No, it's a double A. It's a solid double A.
Okay.
I don't think No Man's Sky is at AAA territory. It's a great game, but I mean, it's not like a.
So he says GT7 and Horizon. So to clarify.
Yeah.
We know Resident Evil 4 is coming. He won't. Well, listen, Resident Evil 4 is not horror. It is horror, but it's like mostly action. So, you know, and even Resident Evil Village, you can go very action heavy in that too.
A AAA horror game. Resident Evil 4 VR is 100% a AAA game.
Of course it is, but he's going to say horror doesn't count.
So you don't think Dead Space 3 remake is a AAA game?
This is him, not me.
No, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking him. Like, does he not consider Dead Space 3 remake a AAA game?
Important. Don't involve me in this. Important.
I think it is.
On this.
He's saying you guys are making lemonade. Bless your hearts. Bless your hearts.
That's all.
I don't want to say anything else about the PlayStation Slim, but I do want to say something else about Walkabout Mini Golf because it's getting a new course.
Ooh.
It's getting a new
Walkabout
spooky
Mini
Halloween course. I've only got the image here because they don't have like a full proper teaser up.
Before we get into that, are you gonna agree now and say I was right back in the day when I told you Walkabout Mini Golf is good regardless of the graphics? It's a fun game. You're like, fuck this quest graphic, blah blah blah. Are you gonna now say that I was right?
Listen, I wouldn't be playing this. I wouldn't be playing this if it wasn't a good game. It is a good game.
That's what I'm saying. It was good.
But it's the social aspect. I've never played this by myself. And I don't think I'd ever want to play it by myself.
Fuck no.
But like when I'm hanging out with all you and we're just dicking around.
Would you play Phasmo by yourself? No.
Yes.
Mainly because
you would not. No, listen, I will. I'll do it once or whatever. I'll do it like for a spooky Halloween stream or something like that. Well, I'll still be streaming it. Like I wouldn't do it by myself without streaming it.
I think the first time you get the game, just like do an hour or whatever of just you by yourself. Because afterwards you're gonna get slightly used to it and it's not gonna be dude, trust me, the first time do the tutorial and just try to do something by yourself, you're gonna
scare the shit. Yeah, listen, that I agree, I believe you, and that's why I'm like really anticipating it. I'm just hoping that it doesn't lose the scare too soon for me, you know.
No, dude, it's fuck. We were playing it for years and it's still scary as shit.
Good.
And it's fun and scary. I don't know.
It's a. I can't believe there hasn't been more Phasmophobia clones. Yeah, I know like this Devour kind of comes close a little bit. But like I thought there'd be more direct copies by now with someone like an Unreal Engine 5, so that's proper like AAA and just like
we've been talking about this
redundant.
For 2-3 years. It's just crazy. Nobody has copied them
because it's selling. It's a top seller on Steam, wasn't it? Like when it came out first, at least like it was a big
like
thing.
$13, dude.
There you go. But like it's a well-known game.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
It's kind of
I was like, how are we in Phasmophobia again?
It's kind of a similar premise. I know not exact, but it's similar in style as Dead by Daylight. Like in terms of like only once a person is playing as the horror character rather than.
What you mean, Phasmophobia? Is similar to
that? Like where like a team of 4 is running away from someone trying to kill them. Yeah.
I'm
not saying it's identical. I'm just saying that it's similar in style, it's like a horror game where you have a team of 4 running away
co-op horror. But that's even those are rare enough.
Right. Yeah. But I think this one is less of running away and more of
it's more investigation.
Yeah, it's like detective
work.
But
you're just trying to survive and get away.
We're just idiots. But yes, there's a lot of running away if you can, but we just always get stuck. But there's a lot of closets that you can hide and all that shit.
I have still yet to see the game played properly, honestly, after watching it.
Get roasted.
Yeah, trust me. We played the first year or two with fucking LSD being a cheating son of a bitch. So we had all the money, all the tools, and we didn't even progress and all that shit. So now it's just like sometimes we don't know what the fuck to do to a certain degree because a lot of stuff is new, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decepticon says there's Paranormal Detective, but it's kind of Bobo. I've never even heard of that. But I assume it's more Phasmophobia knockoff. Halloween Walkabout Mini Golf streams, says Donnie. You better believe there won't be. Actually,
there won't be.
Well, listen, Phasmophobia is definitely going to be out by then. I'm only going to want to play Phasmophobia. However, herself usually goes away for the week. Well, not the week, for a few days at Halloween. So that if I'm off work, I might be playing I might be streaming like a load.
So
those couple of days.
So if the vote channel has more about than Phasmo, you're
there'll be no voting. There's not going to be any voting. Don't worry, it's going to become it's going to become a dictatorship for those few days. Anyway, Walkabout mini golf. Widow's Walkabout is the new course that's coming out. It is Halloween themed, as you can probably guess, and it's coming out on October 19th. And I'm going to guess that it's $3 to buy, which I think every other one is as well.
Yep.
Not really anything else to say about this. These are always fun to play, obviously, but not really. Like, I don't feel the need to analyze what the course is going to be or go into it in depth or anything. It's just going to be, it's coming.
Spooky.
Know about it.
Cool.
It'll probably be worth your money, you know. And that is it out of topics now. So we have to go to the fax machine, which means, oh my God, we're still starting again. Which means you boys need to shut your dirty little mouths for about 12 seconds. All right. Goodbye.
It's that time again for questions and topics submitted by our viewers. So let's go to our fax machine and see what we have. Fax me harder, Daddy. I've been a bad boy.
And we're back. We're back in the room. Let me open up the fax machine. We got 3 questions today for the fax machine. So thank you, first of all, to the 3 people who submitted questions: Mojo, LSB, and Brave Sir Robin. We'll save the best for last. Mojo says, what is your opinion on Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord?
I'm pretty indifferent about it right now. I don't know if that'll be one. It's worth just waiting and seeing some reviews to see how it is, I think.
Mr. Pot?
I saw it the first time, and I was like, ugh, cartoon graphics, because you poisoned me with that. But then I was like, okay, once I got over that, I was like, is this going to be a Phasmo-like game? Even though cartoony, it's not going to be as fun, but I mean, as scary, but maybe it could be fun. And then I think some people played it, like Nathy, or I don't fucking know who, but they played it and they showed a lot more in the game. And it looks okay, but it even them, they said, and you know how a lot of those people are, they just fluff the game. So, this game is great. They said a lot of them that it just didn't keep them entertained for more than like 20, 30 minutes. So, and supposedly there's progression. And I mean, the concept of it seems, it could be kind of fun. A little bit maybe, but honestly, I went like this, and now I'm just like, I'm not really looking forward to it at all, unless it surprises and they're like, you know what, it's actually pretty good, and it's actually fun, and it's not freaking $40. I'd be like, maybe, but yeah, I'm not really.
Yeah, how deep is that gameplay? Like, how quickly does it get old?
Yeah, and what they say, it gets old quick, so that even makes it less appealing for me. So I'm not really excited or care about it anymore, but. They might surprise us, but I don't think so. Especially with that price, probably gonna be like $40, dude.
And I think it's coming out on the 26th, if I remember right. So there's a good chance like that's the same day as Phasmophobia. So for me, it's like not even in my vision. I can't see it. I can't see it on my radar at all. But listen, it's not like, if it is good, if the reviews are coming in like, oh, this is really good, it's something I look forward to, like in November or something like that. If it is as good as we hope it might be. So yeah, that's your question answered, Mojo. Thank you very much for that. The amazing, LSB says, will 777 ever reveal his real name?
Shimas, you can't say. I mean my real name. I have many identities, I already told you.
Yeah, well, you've only got one real identity.
I would have told him everything. Listen, I had some weed for LSB. I had a dinner and a show. Had a couple prostitutes for him because I know he likes that shit, and he didn't want to meet me. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll just, I don't know, I'll tell the prostitutes go find somebody else. I gave my weed.
Go back to Ram
Ranch. Not today, ladies. I gave my weed. I literally gave my weed to this homeless guy. It was perfect timing. I was at the airport, and I had this two fat pants, and I was just I was already very cooked, and I couldn't take it anymore. And I had to go in the airport. And obviously you can't take that shit in there. So there was a perfect time, and this homeless guy just came in, looked at the trash, and I was like, do you smoke weed? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, dude, do you want this? And he he gave me a hug. He was happy about it, and I was like, that fucking worked out perfect. Fuck you, lesbian, ungrateful son of a bitch.
That fellow's probably like
Somebody's
about to sober up, turn his life around, and then you just handed him another fucking. You just kicked him down the ladder. You
Maybe.
just kicked him down the
But
ladder.
I'm gonna just think that it wasn't.
Just ruined him. You just ruined him.
He's probably
Listen,
dead.
I
He's
made
probably
his
dead
day
right
at
now.
least for 5 minutes.
He
No,
OD'd. He's probably OD'd. Get that popcorn
You
lung
don't
from
know.
them vapes. Get that popcorn. He's done. He is done.
So, anyways, yeah, Lisby.
Danny says, not today, ladies. That made me laugh too. That was a good one. I'm trying to get to Renown 10 tonight. Can you all hurry this up? We will, because we're on the last question now, Donnie.
Damn. Sorry, Donnie.
Brave Sir Robin. He says, how much cash would it take for you to blow another man till completion?
How much cash?
How much cash? How much money, you know?
We have to
what's
pay
the number?
taxes on
What's
this
the number?
cash.
He didn't say anything about that. Let's just assume you will get in your hand a bundle of cash if you do this. So what's the minimum amount that you need to do that?
Wait, what's the question? He's not saying.
God. You have to do it to
do we
completion.
have a choice?
What do you mean? Do you have a choice?
I don't want to do it for any money. I'm good. I'm fine. I'll be how I am.
This is the lies I'm hearing again. There's no way you wouldn't do it for like $1 million.
I
million.
give me $1 billion. I would not do
You
it.
would do it for $1 billion. This is ridiculous.
I wouldn't. 'Cause I don't give a
Ridiculous.
fuck
Of course
about
you
that.
would.
I
What do you
wouldn't,
mean you wouldn't
bitch.
give a fuck? Oh my! You never
Give
have
me
to
a
worry
live
about
wire
working. You
right
never
now.
have to
Put
work.
it on this finger up your ass, and it's not gonna vibrate because I'm not lying.
He's lying.
Listen, it's
You are
fine. I don't
lying.
have an
You're
issue.
lying.
I don't have an issue if you like that or if you will
It's not
suck
about
dick
liking
for
it.
money.
It's about doing one
Yeah,
thing.
Listen, it's fine.
Well,
I'm okay with
alright,
not having $1 billion.
You want to be a bitch? You want to be a bitch? Then be a bitch.
Okay, I want to. Okay. If I want to put a number, okay. No taxes, $10 billion. There you go. Give me a dick
Ridiculous.
right now.
Ridiculous. Go on.
Okay, why'd you fucking?
I'm just saying.
What do you
I
want
don't
me to
believe
do,
it. It's a
$10?
lie. It's a lie.
Oh my god.
Muzz, do you have a number?
Um,
Need to see if I've saved up enough.
I don't know. What do you got in your bank account there, Pumpkin?
Very little. Just enough for Phasmophobia when it drops, and that's it.
You got a few $100 there. You got-
Quest 3.
I don't know. Never underestimate my want to be a rich man. So I don't know.
You don't. Like,
I don't know. I don't have a specific number, but
if a man
I'm
opens
sure
up a
I'd-
suitcase and he's like, "Muzz, there's
I would have a breaking point.
there's
'cause it's not like-
$100,000.
$100,000, and then we have this
No.
like 6'9"
No,
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the size.
It-
man.
it would have
Does
to
not
be.
matter.
in his pants.
It would have to be like I am well off for the rest of my life. No, like $100,000 or anything
crazy.
like that. Like that ain't gonna last.
What people know
$100,000.
about it though.
Do you know the amount of prostitutes who do it like for
No
$10?
one's gonna know.
The amount of prostitutes who will do that for $10 is crazy, and you're turning down $100,000.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to be set for life. I would
That's the
have-
difference. Because I'm not a prostitute.
Keep it
But
in
if
mind.
I would.
Oh man. I'm
Tell us-
saying
tell us,
$100,000.
how
For me, it's
cheap are you?
$100,000.
How cheap are you?
$100,000. No problem.
$100,000.
Yeah, probably
But
less.
that won't last
Probably
you.
less.
That, dude,
Doesn't
you got
matter.
kids.
A blowjob is
That-
going to
you know
last
how-
for
you
like
know how-
fucking what? Maximum half
It's
an
not
hour.
like it's not
you
like
know?
You're probably. You're probably
it's not
good.
like it's not like
I'm all
it's
teeth.
not like you.
I'm all teeth.
It's not like you have to be. It's not like you yourself have to be like turned on about it or anything.
Exactly.
It's just like it's like just close your eyes and pretend you're
Yes,
like
I'm there. I'm somewhere else.
$100,000
whatever.
is
Yeah.
not gonna go that far.
And it's only
But
it's not gonna it's gonna be a very short time, and you're gonna be well off for the rest of your life, never having to work again. You can do
But I'll
whatever
be
you want. You can
starved.
travel.
Realistically.
Remember that
Sure.
Jim Carrey movie? Jim
Sure.
Carrey movie, The Pet Detective. After he found out he
Sure.
kissed the dude, I'll
No.
be like that every day, and I'll scream in the shower, cry like when you got fingered by the game cats and that thing,
Yeah.
the paste. That's what I
I'm
would
not.
do.
No, come on, hundreds.
I'm not that insecure enough to like pass up.
Well, it's not about it being insecure. I just don't like dicks. There's nothing about being.
I
You don't
don't
have to
either.
like us. But
I don't
listen, I
either.
don't like
I
my
don't-
job and I still do it for way less than that.
Exactly.
Right, but,
exactly.
but I'll do my job before I suck a dick. Hey, listen, I don't
Listen
have
what
an issue
Warren
with
says.
it.
100K
I
for
don't have
20
an
minutes
issue
of
with it.
work.
Or judge.
20 minutes of work.
Not even 20.
Listen,
Maybe,
if you know
I
if you know what you're doing, maybe it's 20 seconds. But think of the money.
I don't know.
And he never says you
I
have
like
to.
sucking dicks makes me insecure. It's not about being anti-gay. I don't have an issue with that. I just don't like sucking dicks, and I don't care about being rich. So
It's
for
not about
me, I
liking
just
us.
prefer not to
It's
suck
about
dick.
liking us.
It's
Okay,
not.
I don't,
It's
I don't
about.
like money enough. I don't like money enough to suck a dick. You know,
I don't believe it though. That's the thing. I just don't believe you.
I
Well,
don't
bring
know.
me
I
a
struggle to believe
big
it.
old case and a big old dick.
But that's what I'm
and
saying.
I'll-
If
we'll prove
Elon Musk comes up to you, he's like 500 million in this suitcase, and
if
you
it's
probably
something
can't
about
even
my
fit it in
family,
this
like hey, your
suitcase.
family's gonna die, you gotta suck some dicks
No,
every
that's
night.
different. That's different.
Bring
We're
it to
talking
me.
money. We're talking money. But think about what you could do for your family with that money. If they ever did get sick, you could set them for life. You'd never have to worry about medical bills, anything like that. You never have to work a day in your life yourself. They'd never have to work a day in their lives.
Yeah, it's a life of freedom. Like
For
you can do like
everyone.
whatever you want. You can,
Listen,
Your
I get it.
family, all of your family is well off for the rest of their lives. But you don't want to do that because you
your children's
can't-
children.
No, because I don't want to do that because I mean they have to make me a fucking altar if I suck some dick and I support them for the rest of their lives. But I don't know if I have to put a number. I told you, give me, fuck, it's because my lifestyle is not even that. But give me $10 million and I'll be set. I'll suck a dick.
It's more realistic than 10 billion.
There you go.
It's more realistic.
you go.
so
Yeah,
it's
$10
fine.
million. I would. I would not, but let's say playing the game,
would.
maybe. You never know. You give me $10 million in front of me, you don't know who somebody's gonna do. All right, I might say no, and then I'll bending over, fuck me in the ass for $10 million. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same
As of
thing.
right now, I'll say no.
LSP
It's not
said,
even.
okay, that's
Yeah,
not the same thing.
it's yeah.
LSP says
No, I
just
know,
ask
but
Amanda
like-
for pointers, but I was going to say ask Amanda what she would think. Like, imagine if she heard you were offered 100,000 to do that,
And you turned it down, and you
would she
turned it
react angrily?
Sleep on the couch.
think?
I'll sleep on
Well,
the
there
couch.
you go.
My
She sees reason.
Yeah.
You know.
But I'll sleep
Ridiculous.
comfortably.
Danny says,
Listen,
"Well,
you'll,
this has become a
you'll
national
sleep,
conversation."
you'll
Of course
sleep
it has.
poor. You'll sleep poor. That's what you'll sleep.
I'll sleep poor fucking hunger and I'll die. No, $10 million maybe.
Warren says, "Jackpot. What if the guy was extremely attractive?"
Oh, man.
If it was
For free?
Question.
For free?
if
Uh,
Henry Cavill strolls up, I'll be like, a
Ooh,
couple
damn.
thousand.
What the fuck is that?
Teach me. Superman, the fellow who plays Superman. And
You don't
Oh
know.
shit.
yeah. He could build a PC
Yeah, of
afterwards.
course.
He'd build me a PC afterwards so that my streams wouldn't be stuttering. And then a nice bit of cash as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it all works out.
Bukkake.
It all works. Bukkake.
10 million, we'll do bukkake.
10 million for a bukkake. All right. Sounds good.
I'm not gay, but he's an attractive man. You
Of
gotta
course
say.
he is. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows.
The old Superman, right?
No,
Yeah.
not the old one.
The one that is,
No,
is
no.
in
Didn't-
one
didn't-
that's
the last guy that was Superman. Yes.
not the one
was
that this
Geralt,
one
he
guy
was the
that,
Witcher
that
as
he's
well.
like sick, right? Or paralyzed or
No,
something?
not
Something-
Christopher Reeve.
No.
Jesus, no.
no.
That man's dead, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Uh,
Sucks.
but yeah, on that bombshell, PP gives his answer. Yes, I got my
You
answer.
should've
My
said
answer was
how
100.
attractive it
100
was
grand.
before you asked me how much money. That was
It doesn't
the-
even
that
matter.
was
What if it
the
was like a glory hole? And you just didn't know what they looked like?
question.
Would that change it for you? Would that be better or worse? Would that be better or worse?
Probably
way-
because I wouldn't. Yesterday when I was getting,
You wouldn't have to. You wouldn't have to lock. You wouldn't have to
Yesterday
lock
when you were
eye contact.
getting- What did you
That
say?
sounds out of context. Sounds very bad. But yesterday when I was getting sucked by Tsuki, I was playing Devour. You know those things that crawl at you with the tiny asses.
okay. So you
Dude, I
always
smacked
call
the
them
asses
Tsuki.
and they
Wait.
move. Anyways, the dude was sucking me off, right? Because they crawl and they grab you from the legs and they're just sucking you dry and you die. And it disturbed me because I was getting sucked dry and I was like, "Tsuki, let go of me." And I looked in his face, his eyes were just penetrating me, and I was like, "Don't smile at me as you do that to me." So
So
a glory
it's-
hole will make it
So
better. 'Cause
yeah,
I can't see him.
no,
in the
no eye
eyes.
contact. You don't have the eye contact. That's the traumatic part.
I will shave $5 million out of the purse if it's a glory hole because that
Nice. Now we're
that
getting
yesterday
somewhere.
did-
Now we're getting
that
somewhere.
traumatized me yesterday. So yes, glory
Now,
hole.
what if the
5
penis
million.
was very feminine?
If it what?
What if the penis was feminine?
How so?
What? What does that even mean?
Just a very pretty.
I don't know.
It smells good, or does it smell like flowers? Like, I don't understand.
Perfume's got mascara and lipstick.
What does that mean? What does that mean, though?
You got a little wig,
Is
got
that
a
an
little
Irish
wig on
lipstick?
top, you know.
It's got a
Got
little
some
bit
nice
lipstick
little
on it.
brown with some chicken fillets inside.
There's a fucking heart-shaped pubic area.
Anyway, we need to end this.
5 million. Glory hole. Final
5
final
million,
price.
5 million. I still think that's way
Start
too
saving.
much. It's way too much.
Dude, I want fucking wife. Why would you do it for 100,000 when that's gonna run out
These-
of, especially with all those kids in a
Yeah,
couple?
but I'm not.
years.
Yeah,
like,
these days, $1 million doesn't. I think. I mean,
I'm not.
it's
But
gonna,
I'm just taking it from the idea that a random fella comes up to me and says, "Hey,
yeah.
will
What
you
the
do?
fuck,
Will
a
you do?
random dude
Listen,
has
that's
$100,000.
Yeah,
no, but he
out
won't
for
start with that.
100,000.
He won't start with that. He'll be like, do it for $1,000. I'll be like, no. And he'll be like, do it for $5,000.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no. And then he'll go up and up and up.
I
And then he's
think
like,
you're
then he'll
being
say
very
100,000 is
generous
my
on
max.
yourself.
I can't do it more than 100,000. And I'll be like, all right, I'll be stupid to turn down 100,000.
You
But
would be
little
lucky
do
if
I
you get
know,
somebody
he's got
$10
millions.
so you can suck them off.
Listen, I'm ending it here.
We're not that
I wanna
popular.
listen to this.
We're not.
You're not. Look at these lips I got. Look at these lips. Anyway.
And it'll only take you like 2 minutes, and it would be over. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, and you'd be done.
Damn, I've been told I have
The
a very
envy of-
moist mouth.
The envy of Ramraj.
Damn right. And, top earner. Anyway, I'm ending the stream. Thank you for watching. Apologies for the last 10 minutes. And
Blame
That's the best part.
LSB. It's all LSB's fault. Blame him.
War Room. It's always War Room's fault.
Or
Brave Sir
not
Robin.
LSB. Yeah, Brave Sir Robin. Sorry.
He's a pervert, that guy. But I'm looking forward to his question for next
Not
week.
LSB.
Enlightening, life-changing questions.
Yeah, it's good.
Because I don't realistically. Okay, how much money would I to suck a dick? Like I don't really like generally think. Okay, realistically, how much?
You're gonna be thinking
So
about
those
it
are
all day
questions that
now,
are-
all night.
No, I got my number. 5 million glory hole.
No, it's
10
not real.
million.
It's not
I have
real, and
to
you know
stare
it.
at them in
It's
the-
not real, and you know it.
Not to stare at them in the eye.
Anyway, we're getting some GGs rolling in. It's time to go. GG, it was the best parts, says Donny. And GG, thank you for the question, by the way, Warroom. Geisen, G, ... GG. GG, Decepticon, life changing. Amanda says, what is happening here? How you doing, Amanda?
Oh, you're in trouble now.
You've been exposed. Have you got 5 million, Amanda? Because he can be any man's for 5 million.
Just for a couple. Just until
Just at a glory hole. Anyway, goodbye. Enjoy explaining that to Amanda.
What the fuck is this?
Goodbye, bitches. GG. Bye, Muzz.